Laughter is the same in all languages. We're live. Yeah. Oh, you know what I want to pull up? Hi, guys. I gotta make sure I do my Canva. I gotta do my Canva. Hey guys, what's up? How is everyone doing? How was your guys' weekend? Let's pull this up a little bit. Oh, you know what? Let me open this window. There we go. Hold on. I always do this right before. Okay, I think we're in there like somewhere. Right? There we go. Can we see? All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to Vixen After Dark. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. I'm your host, Leticia. If you guys have not already joined the fam, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button and click the bell right next to it. That way you guys are notified every time I go live. So, we are doing our Venus, I'm sorry, because Venus is in Leo too. Venus in Leo, you guys. This is major as the dog is barking. Yeah, a lot of fire energy going on. Okay. To let you guys know, if you guys are new here, what I normally do, I always do timestamps at the bottom of the video after the live, because I'm live right now. So if you guys are live, chime in, tap in, let me know what's up, what you got going on. But if you're not, I also love the commentary. I love what's going on with you. That way I can reply back to give you a little bit of an understanding of what's going on. Oh, that's a nice dog. Never seen him before. So anyways, I always do timestamps. So to let you guys know, we are in the intro and announcements. Oh yeah, where you guys can find me is vixenafterdark.com. That is where I do my divinations over there, as far as tarot astrology update for you guys. Also, if you want to have some spiritual guidance session, FaceTime, phone call, Zoom, or I can always do a video if you want me to tap into something based on what you provide in the email. And then I also have a reading on there if you want to know how the energies are correlating with you personally. But I try to investigate that, or try and let you guys know that within the video. That way you guys can watch YouTube and stay glued to it. And, mark the videos, save them in a playlist for yourself. That way you can know what's going on with you personally. So with that being said, today's focus is going to be, of course, the Vino. Yeah, I can't even talk. Please bear with me right now. I'm going to try and slow down because I'm using too much fire because I have so much passion about what I do, but yet Saturn's in play. Okay. So we have Venus in Leo. That's what I'm going to be discussing today. Okay. I'm going to, of course, give you the positive and the negative energy of that. Okay. What to look for as far as love, money, relationships. You know how I do. And then I'm also going to tie in, just so you're aware, Mars is also in Leo right now. I did a video on that. You guys can check that out. Go watch that video. And then also I'll give you a little tidbit on Lilith and Leo. Because Lilith is also chilling in Leo. It's been chilling in Leo. So I'm going to let you know how all of these planets correlate. And then I'll also do the aspects for today. And since we're watching the Venus and Leo video, I'm also going to let you know what Venus is going to be doing for the remainder of the week as far as its own aspects, not specifically for today. Well, I think there is something today going on. Yeah. As far as Leo, yeah, it's opposing Pluto. So what to look forward to this week as far as Venus, okay? Because it's very important to know those things. Also, we do have the moon is in Capricorn now. I don't know if you guys watched my full moon in Sag video. Hopefully you guys got out whatever you need to get out as far as releasing and things of that nature. So I'm going to talk about the moon going to Capricorn, playing along with all of these energies right now as well. And then I'm going to, the way that I'm going to go about this as far as the houses, like if you came in on your natal chart as far as having Venus in a particular house, okay, that's how the energy will play out for you. The reason being is because there's a ruler, like there's a zodiac ruler of that house, so it'll let you know the energy, okay, that's playing out, okay, there. And then when you look at your chart, since Venus is now in Leo, you can see where it's transiting versus how you came in with where Venus is at. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. So yeah. And then I'll do a tarot astrology spread for you guys, FYI, okay? Give me 1 second here. All righty. Ooh, excuse me. Here goes the burping, you guys. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about it. So you guys all know we do have Venus, which is chilling in Leo until October 8th. Okay, so what are we in? June? All the way until the 8th of October. You guys, this is why this video is huge, okay? So we all know Venus is, everyone knows Venus as the lover planet, okay? So it rules Libra, okay? It loves to be in the Libra house or the Taurian house because it rules Libra and Taurus, just so you guys know. So Venus loves to be in a fixed house or a cardinal house, okay? So check the fixed signs and the cardinal signs, just so you know. The other ones, not so favorable, okay? And I'm gonna go through the video and tell you why, but let's get started with just, how I love to break everything down, that way you guys can understand the planet. So Venus, we all know, it's not just about love, specifically, even though it's called the lover. Venus is the planet where it actually gives us, this is what we need. You know what I'm saying? The world needs a little bit of love. This is how we learn to love. So Venus also, shows us oh, look at the butterfly. Yes, bitch. What color is that? Venus also shows us how we love, not just with people, but people, places, and things. Okay, so like how you have an appreciation for the world. Also, too, of course, our relationships. That's like the major one. Everybody probably wants to get a love reading after this, right? So, Venus is a very passionate, very loving kind of an energy. It brings in so much harmony that we need. That's why you always hear when you speak of Libra energy, it's like the harmony, the balance of life. We need the love within everything that we do. So it also values money, okay? Or AKA things that we value. So whatever you value. So whatever your natal chart says, wherever Venus is at in whatever house, that's what you value and love the most. Okay, so if you guys didn't know that, little side note, I'll go into that a little bit later. So Venus can really show us our love language. That cloud looks funky. That is not a cloud, bro. I wish I could flip the camera. Venus can show us, let me concentrate. Venus can show us our love language like how you would give love to somebody, how you feel, like how you feel the love, and then also how you like to kind of receive it back as well. You know, it shows you how do you nurture yourself depending on what zodiac sign you have your Venus in. Okay, how you nurture yourself and how you nurture others. I know a lot of people always ask me, how do I find the love of my life? Do I match up my Venus sign? No. What you want to do is, Venus rules the 7th house of relationships. So what you want to do is you want to go to your 7th house, see what zodiac sign is there, and the ruling planet of that house. That's the energy, that those qualities of that zodiac ruler. You need to find that first in people, in your relationships, whatever ship you're sailing. Once you get that, you're like, oh, cool, you know, I found a person that nurtures me, loves me, whatever you're looking for. Then the Venus energy, whatever you sign you have in Venus, you then act on that. It's kind of like that's where the balance comes in. We've been doing it backwards the whole time. Trust me, I'm a culprit for this. I'll let you know. Like, for example, my Venus is in Aquarius, so I've been looking for people that, you know, like, that's what I love. People that have intellect, that are intelligent, and think outside the box. You know, they're like, they were the ones that called like the weirdos, but they're just so smart and they can really talk a good game. A wordsmith can really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can learn from them all the things. That's what I look for. But yet I forgot what I really needed were the qualities of to keep that relationship going, to have a long lasting relationship. They needed to hold that zodiac sign that was in my 7th house. So all these people that I was dating before had the Venus and Aquarius energy, right? But they were lacking in the other side. So that's where I would be in shorter relationships, you know, or shorter friendships. That part was missing because I was doing it backwards. So you got to kind of switch it. That's a little side note for anybody that was wondering. Anywho, back to what we were talking about. So how we, you know, Venus allows us to really open our heart to show us, you know, how we receive and how we return love, pretty much for the most part. Okay, like I said, we all need love in this world. It's a divine feminine energy at that. And I'm going to talk about Mars is in Leo. Okay, so with Mars being in Leo, that's the masculine side of it, because Mars is right after Venus. So Venus is the feminine, Mars is and it's a planet of action. So if you think about it, Venus will be feeling everything, and then Mars is how we're going to be acting upon those feelings, because they're both in the sign of Leo right now. So this is super major, and then Lilith plays a part in that as well, along with everything else. But this is a lot of fire energy that we need to be aware of, okay? I'm going to break it down later on, but just keep that in mind. Venus is feminine, Mars is the masculine, okay? So pretty much the veil is going to be gone. There's no walls. It's like, oh, Lord Jesus, I'll go into it. But anyways, so since it's divine feminine, oh, that's another thing. Venus plays with the moon, so you want to pay attention to, like, for example, the moon is in Capricorn right now, so you want to pay attention to the movement of the moon, because the moon equals our emotions, right? So Venus is how we feel, the moon will be the emotions, and then Mars is going to be acting it out. So you see how all this kind of correlates. So within your specific natal chart, you can look to see where it's transiting for you. So pay attention, because you can really attract your desires, and you know what I'm saying, and live a more enjoyable life. You also need to know the light and the dark of every situation that goes down, okay? Now with Venus and Leo energy, hopefully you're in a position to where, you know, watching my channel, you see the light and the dark of everything, okay? It can be a double-edged sword when you have Venus and Leo. And I'm going to talk about the positive, and then I'm talking about the negative. So hopefully you've unprogrammed to reprogram, and here we are, right? So we all know it's in a fixed sign. Leo's a fixed sign. It's a fixed fire sign, right? So with this Leo energy here, We're at 0 degrees, guys, because it literally just went in today, just so that you guys are aware. I have the charts pulled up right here in front of me, just so we can look at it at the same token. Let me also pull up any other aspects that we have. Ooh, somebody's baby is crying. Get your kid. Get your kid. So here we are. Boom, there we go. And Mars is at 9 degrees right now. So Leo, think of Leo energy. So now that we've broken down Venus, break down the Leo energy. Leo energy is someone, like I said, likes to be front center stage. This can be a very yummy kind of time right now. Leo likes to receive the majority of the love and attention. So imagine Venus being in Leo. Everybody's going to want a little bit of piece of the pie. Okay. Well, there's going to be a lot of people that want the love and attention in all aspects of life right now. Okay. So, you know, Leo is very, they have like this natural charm about them, okay? Leo energy can be very magnetic because they just exude confidence. They show it, they walk with it, you know, based off of even how they look, like very attractive kind of an energy. And so imagine Venus energy. Venus is all about, you know, the, what do you call it, the lovely aesthetics, because it's, you know, the ruling planet is what, Libra and Taurus. So that's why a Libra and a Taurus can really pay attention to the details. Like they know when you got your eyebrows done, they'll see everything within your house, like you clean or dirty, you know what I mean? Like they love to be fitted, look nice. So same thing with Leo. So anyway, so like I said, Leo has like a natural charm, a very grand presence when they walk in the room. They can really own the stage. Like I said, they like to be front center stage. Leos love to enjoy the spotlight. Okay, so that's why this is super important, because, you know, with all this loving, this is why it can be so warm and yummy, and everyone can just have a lot of confidence going into this right now. This is what makes Leos very popular, and everyone loves a Leo in their life because they literally are like the life of the party when they come. They know how to rock a room in any type of social setting that they're in, pretty much for the most part, unless they like on the lower octave Leo. So you gotta imagine this energy can feel, like I said, very loving. You can be inspired by this energy. You know, Venus is a pleasant, smooth, just like how this bird is just flying so smooth and whatever. It's yummy. So this is where you're gonna receive the loving text messages, the loving phone calls, FaceTimes. You're gonna receive the rewards, recognition, Leo energy, for a grand job at work. You know, people telling you, you did so good at that. Oh my God, we're gonna give you, you're gonna receive certificates, awards, whatever it is, for putting in effort to increasing revenue at work, or I don't know, helping a customer out. You know what I mean? Like this is the energy, you know what I mean? Like the bosses are gonna be doing that for you. You know what I'm saying? You also, in your connections with other people, you're gonna be willing to tell people and give them compliments and give them their flowers while they're here. Like, dang, you look good, or thank you for being there for me. I really appreciate it. Like, I have no one right now in my corner I know to turn to, and you're a person, you get me, you understand me, yada, 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 yada. Like, so compliment central is the name of the game. Giving people their flowers while they're here. Venus and Leo. Venus and Leo. So, it's tricky though, okay? This is the tricky part. When you're doing these compliments and everything, and you're giving them out, and you're giving out all this love, like let's say you work real hard at your job and the boss doesn't recognize you for it, that's a problem. It's going to be a problem. If you are in a relationship and you do things for your friends or in a romantic connection, you're going to expect something back. Okay? I'm not saying you specifically, but just generally speaking, people will probably... Well, hello, Jackson. He's at the other window. Go around. This window's closed. Jackson, go around. He's so funny. Cats are like, sometimes they are not. So anyways, this can be very tricky because people can expect something, okay? Expectations are going to be at an all-time high. So what do I say to that? Reciprocity is going to be at an all-time high. That's going to be the name of the game, okay? And I'm going to talk about these aspects too on how they play out. So how much love is going to be given out there, that's what people are going to be expecting to receive as well, okay? So that's where it gets a little tricky. I'm going to go into detail about that a little bit, but so like I said, with this Venus and Leo energy, you know, Leos, if you mixing this together, they possess like lots of passion, and we have Mars in Leo, Venus in Leo, and Lilith in Leo. So lots of drama, lots of passion going on with all of these planets. And I'm looking at it right now. We got Lilith. Ooh, hold on. Let me make sure I'm in the right day. Yeah. Lilith is at 16 degrees. Mars is at 9. And Venus is at 0. Just got in there. But just so that you guys are aware, that's what we're looking at right now all together. So a lot of people are going to be super affectionate, you know, expressing themselves, having lots of warm gestures, you know, showering their love to one another. It's, like I said, it could be very yummy, right? It could be really yummy. I'm going to give you, you know, the flip side of that in the moment. But, you know, like I said, this with our partners, okay, lovers, paying attention to them, admiring things that they do. Just this adorable energy is here. I'm excited for it. So romantic connections can deepen during this time, especially depending on where it's playing out in your house. So, you know, Leo also likes to be adventurous and get out and be in the excitement mode. Remember, Leo is like, all right, yeah, we lit. Leo likes to be lit. Just think of Leo lit, okay? So, you know, but they also have a big heart. You know, Leos are hella generous. Like Leo, my Leo friend, like she'll always give me flowers, even though we might not see each other. Like, you know, I mean, we always give each other flowers. Like they'll literally put you front center stage too, especially if you're doing a good job about something, or especially if you accomplish certain things in your life. They'll congratulate you real fast. Like, oh, okay, because they want other people to be doing big things too, just like Leo be doing big things. Like that's how they love on people. They treat their loved ones good. Especially, you know, they'll give them like luxurious experiences. They'll pay for a whole trip for you to Miami and get you fitted and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Leo energy. Like they don't look at money like that in a sense. Now, depending on where they have it and they have. But generally speaking, very enthusiastic kind of an energy, and they like to really just uplift people around them, which is really good. So a lot of us, if you've been in down spirit kind of an energy, hopefully you got some friends around that are in the higher octave that are going to actually show you or give you some kind gestures to make sure that you are being seen, okay, to uplift you. So Leo also likes to have the power too. I'll do more on this, but as far as the love department, you know, everybody right now is going to want to be front center stage, some form or fashion, okay? Click the like button if you've been experiencing. Like I said, because we have 3 planets in Leo right now, we have some aspects that are playing out that I'm going to talk about. But you got to think, Leo likes to be in that power, emperor energy, kind of like Aries in a sense. But, you know, all fire signs, like they kind of like Leo especially wants to receive rewards and recognitions for everything and anything right now. So you got to imagine this is what we're all going to be facing until October as far as the energy. So the Venus and Leo energy, it's like you can really use this energy right now to create something for yourself. You can really create some shit. You can really express yourself the way you want to express yourself, and people will love on it. You know, you can be artsy, start doing your, you know, if you design something, if you're even a graphic designer, or you physically do something with your hand. What's up, kids? How are you? Thanks for tuning in. You can really physically do something with your hands, whatever arts and craftsy kind of deal that you do. That's however you express your gifts and talents and things of that nature. This is the time to do it. Whether you're in performing arts, acting, or any form of like a liberal art, or any way that you create yourself. this is the time, honey. This is where you can shine with Venus and Leo and take action on it, Mars and Leo. So this is big energy right here. This is where, you know, you'll start to see people, and it's summertime right now. Oh, people are going to start really dressing up in their outfit. Orange butterfly. They're going to start really dressing up. This is where people dress to the nines. They're going to show up and show out, Leo energy. Like, they're really going to put on all the jewelry, the rings, you know, the sneakers, the heel, whatever it is. Like, everyone, no matter if they're just going to the grocery store, you're going to see somebody hella dressed up. Like, and, you know, like, if you're their friend, where are you going tonight? Oh, no, I just got to run a couple of errands and I'm going home. I ain't doing nothing today. Like, why are you all dressed up then? That's Leo energy. Oh, you good? Glad to hear it, honey. Glad to hear it. So that's that big energy. Everyone dresses nines. Everyone's gonna tap into their own space and how they express themselves, and their style, their personality is gonna really shine. Okay, and some people, this is where like we birth clothing designers and things of that nature. Like I said, this is the time where, damn, how did Jax jump like that? This is the time where you can really be a trendsetter, okay? So while Venus is in Leo, whatever you have a passion for, a knack for, Mars and Leo, put the action towards it. And, you know, the moon's going to matter a little bit as far as your emotions. How deep you get into a person, place, or a thing is going to be displayed, okay? So the negative side to this, you know, a lot of people may be needing validation out externally, okay? Everyone's going to want attention, and maybe getting attention in the wrong places, which is not a grand thing. It's going to be super excessive, you know what I'm saying? So even if you have this placement, sheesh, Venus and Leo people can be like or if it's in the first house, you can be a person that has like a godlike complex, like super self-centered. You can come across as that. Like overconfident, or very demanding for, you know, telling people, like you look for that validation, like you want people to tell you look good and all that stuff, even though you're no, I'm in here, Jackson. So like I said, on the flip side of this, people are going to seek external validation. They want to receive praise from every person, place, or thing. Or every person, I should say. Everybody just wants to be adored. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be seen. And this can put a toll on any ship you're sailing, whether it's a business partnership, a friendship, you know, a love relationship. This can really put stress, in a sense, if you don't know how to handle this energy right now. So you have to be really aware. This can create a lot of conflicts. That's why I always, you know, we talked about the positive. Now we're kind of going into what else to look out for as far as the negative. So you got to be wise during this time not to really pour out of your chalice, not to over pour out of your chalice, because then you can look desperate. You can become passive aggressive. You can be taken advantage of for over pouring out of your chalice, like being overly loving to somebody, like just doing the most to receive attention. You know what I'm saying? Just to get someone to say, hey, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be doing too much. So have several motherfucking seats. Okay. So trust me, people see you. We have a lot of watchers online on all platforms. Yeah, I know you probably see the number. If you have social media, you'll see a lot of people watching, but they're not commenting. Venus and Leo on the lower octave kind of an energy. Okay, so you know, some people aren't going to be participating in the social rituals, like liking and commenting, and or just even friends saying, hey, I came across, you know, I seen your Facebook post, you're looking real good. You might not get a lot of that, but they're watching. Okay, but with this energy, people will want validation. Like, they want people to see them. I'm in here, Jackson. So people can also be in their ego. You know, you may come across that one coworker that's just hella arrogant, or whoever, you know, when you go to the grocery store, or someone in your family, or this could even be you. You know, people may have a sense of feeling Like Venus and Leo energy, you gotta think, because Leo likes to be center stage. So people can like either wear a badge or they feel like they're superior, and make you feel hella inferior. So the superiority kind of factor plays in on this role too. People can feel like they got a one up on you or they're better than you. So if you catch that energy, this is why. They might be on the lower octave of the scale too, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But so people can be overly confident. People can be very vain during this time when Venus is in Leo. You just got to think of all the negative things of Leo, and then you'll see like, oh, okay, I know exactly what this energy is. Okay. So, you know, people may struggle during this time as far as, you know, Venus likes to love and likes to give love. So if someone, you know, if you're a sensitive person and someone is being very critical of the things that you're saying or doing or how you're expressing yourself, people can get hurt during this time too. Okay? Because Mars is also in Leo, so people are really going to act on things. So think of how you feel. People are going to act on it right now. Mars and Venus in Leo. Masculine, feminine energy. So we have to find a balance between the divine feminine, divine masculine energies. Know where Mars and Leo's at. Know where Venus and Leo is transiting in your specific house. That way you know what to look for within you, and you know how to check yourself. That way you can balance out the energies. Because people can be very critical during this time. It is a fire sign, so that can really hurt somebody to the core. Like you can really, this is like literally low-key breakup season, especially with these aspects that are playing out too. This can hinder your connections, you know, or it might not allow you to go deep. Like somebody might really see how you feel and how you think and how you act right now, and the sun's still in Gemini. Whoo! Like, and they might look at you like side eye, like, oh hell no, I don't even want to get close to this person. I don't even like this person. I don't like what they did. I don't like what they said. It didn't resonate with me. So like I said, there's no veil, walls down energy. It's like you're getting what you're gonna get right now. Okay, very strong, fiery energy. So, you know, like I said, Lilith is also in Leo, so there can be a lot of drama, or this is where people like to be engaged in the drama. Depending on where you have it in your house, you could be engaging in family drama, sibling drama. You could be a person that's all of a sudden you like to watch the drama TV shows and be sucked into the series on Netflix where there's hella drama, or you know what I'm saying, like some form of fashion, you know what I mean, or at work. Ooh, that is a place. Work, honey. Stirring up the drama, so steer clear of any of the drama, especially if your name's on in it. Like, it's not your battle, it's not your fight. Just don't even instigate it. Don't even ask about it. Just be like, is there anything I can do to help you? Are you okay? Like, just be that kind of a person. Like, maybe try and like come up with a solution with that person on why they're feeling what they're feeling or whatever they're going through, and just be a listening ear. You know what I'm saying, for the most part. So like I said, there could be so much drama. A lot of people be in their ego right now. Like straight up, like I said, pride and ego could be a whole game, and a lot of people can be diving into that, especially because Lilith, you got to think, is the dark feminine energy. Hey, there's candles here, buddy. Lilith is the dark feminine energy, and remember, Venus is a feminine energy. So you're going to see the light and the dark, and people are going to act on both of that because Mars is also in Leo. Okay, so people can be super possessive during this time. Like they can be like, I seen you, why did you talk to them and not me? Or why did you like her post and not mine? Or, you know, it's like that possessive kind of an energy. Why did you put all that time and attention to that? Why didn't you come over and hang out with me instead? You know, like somebody's going to get a snide, rude comment, whether you're saying it out loud or whether you're thinking it, because the sun's still in Gemini. You might do an action, Mars and Leo, to where, because you feel something, so you're going to say it, sun in Gemini, you're going to say it, but you may be in a calm manner when you do it, Mercury, Taurus, but yet here comes the dark side of it all. Here comes Lilith in Leo, and then the opposite side of that Venus and Leo energy where, you know, you say something, right? And you're expecting expectations. Like I said earlier, people are going to expect something. Whatever love you give out, you're going to expect that back. So you could say something to somebody like, hey, I shared your stuff on social media or whatever, and you didn't even like it, retweet it, reply, whatever. I'm just making something up. People get real mad, but I seen you do this for this person when I've been sitting here doing this for you. There's going to be a lot of tit for tat. Like I said, people are going to, the reciprocity is going to be the name of the game. If somebody's not already supporting you, just don't even involve yourself. Like, just don't even do it. Like, if they're not showing you love to where you're comfortable and you feel good about your ship that you're sailing with that person, don't make it worse for yourself by continuing to support somebody that ain't supporting you. You're just gonna make more negative circumstances for yourself, and you're gonna be really in your head, and you're gonna be really down, and you're gonna be confusing yourself even more. So just don't even go there. It's just simple. It's just that simple, because you're gonna get dramatic, and then here comes the gossiping, the negative side of Sun and Gemini, gossiping, talking to other people about it, and you're just going to create more negative stuff. So, like I said, everybody's going to want a bit of attention right now at this time, especially if you're in a relationship with somebody. This is where you pull out all the stage 5 clingers come out to play, but sometimes it can be really good for some connections. You know, let's say your relationship was hella dry, and then now all of a sudden here comes Venus in Leo and Mars in Leo at the same token. So now it's like, oh, you know, I love when you wear this. Let me go. I'm gonna go buy you that. And then they wear it. You know what I mean? And then it could just really like amplify and deepen a connection because it was dry before and now it's wet. You know what I'm saying? But then also too, if a person doesn't really, because remember Venus rules Libra and Taurus they're more like the material, like the value, like the possessions and like they value possessions, or they like to buy stuff. Like I always say, you want to keep a Libra, go take him to the mall, take him shopping. And Taurus likes the finer things as far as the material possessions too. So some people may not like to be all lovey-dovey in stage 5 clinger energy. You know what I'm saying? Like they may not reciprocate the stage 5 clinger energy, and you may push out a connection. Okay, you might not deepen it. The person might just be like, oh yeah, you're doing a little too much. So, like I said, everybody's different. So you got to be careful as well as the role that you play within your relationships right now at this time. It's going to be very prominent, okay? So, because there could be power struggles when Venus is in Leo. So, just so that you know. Like, for example, some people just don't know how to love. Like, if your Venus is empty and you have no planets or no transits or no aspects playing out, you might be a person all your life. You probably were the redheaded stepchild. You probably were the person that was the oddball of the family. You really don't know how to love or what's going on. You have nothing to learn from. So here you go. You learn from social media or the people that are around you. And you feel like you just lack the love or the intimate relationships. These are people that are just single all the way up until they're 60. Like, you know what I mean? No kids, no family, no close friends, no nothing. Just, you lack that. But also, too, on the flip side, some people can have too much love or give too much love. That's why I said don't overpour your chalice. You may do it to the wrong person. You may seek attention from the wrong person. You might be doing too much to receive a response, and you don't get nothing. And your heart is going to be broken. Okay? Remember, it's a lover planet, so you're going to have a cracked heart. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be really careful, because it could be, if you overindulge or just do too much, you could put yourself in a detriment. What's that saying that people always say? The same thing that you love can kill you, in a sense. And that's where you have to find balance in the things that you do, and you have to do things in moderation. Very important. As far as, Venus ruling the money aspect of things, this is where a lot of people can, like in relationships, like I said, how, you might want to buy whoever you're with an outfit. Oh, you look good. Oh, yeah. and then they wear it, and then it's like, oh, okay, cool, and you deepen a connection. Well, some people with that energy, like I said, if you want to keep because it rules Libra and Taurus, if you want to keep then buying things is the name of the game. Take them to the goddamn mall, right? So a lot of people during this energy can have a tendency to overspend on the lavish things in life. Oh, excuse me. Taurus energy, material pleasures, right? So a lot of people, you can go shop. Like I said, you could just spend your money on a luxurious trip, and then some people end up broke. Some people will do things, you know, just to look good for social media, but then on the back end, they ain't pay their rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be that all that kind of an energy. So you got to know, where are your priorities before you go dishing out all this goddamn money? So you have to really pay attention to that as well. So you got to prioritize your wants and desires, and, you know, all the luxury and extravagant things that you want in life, and find a balance with just being practical, using that Taurian energy. You know what I'm saying? Be practical with whatever it is that you have going on, because you can really lead to some financial challenges right now if you don't know how to manage it carefully as far as the money department goes. And like I said, Mars is in Leo. It's at 9 degrees right now. So, you know, Mars is the masculine energy of it all. This is like, okay, Venus, you feel something. Mars is like, okay, what are your intentions? How are you going to act on it? Boom. Go watch my Mars and Leo video to see how it pertains to your sign and your house. But like I said, no veil, no walls kind of an energy. And, you know, this can be adding this Mars and Leo aspect. Things, like I said, you can be very fiery. You can get enthusiastic about stuff. You can really get stuff done right now during this time. You can really focus on a project that you're working on or going towards your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. Since we still got 4 planets in Taurus. You know, we got especially the major planets that are playing out right now as far as going towards the things that you want to materialize. Okay, so whatever you're working on, whatever you're passionate about, whatever you want to come down, you know, over here, and you want to live a nice life or whatever it is that you want to tap into, you can really set yourself up real nice and use this energy as like a driving force, because it's fire energy. Okay, whatever your gifts and talents are, whatever you're passionate about, you can really use this and transmute whatever you've been feeling or whatever into something and make a diamond out of it. Like, for real. Go after, like, what do you want? Go after it. You could be the trendsetter. You could be the key. You could be the plug. You could be somebody's mentor. You could be the person that people look up to for whatever skill or talent or set of knowledge that you have right now. You can really do that. All this fire energy is really giving you the courage. You know, Leo is a very, like, charismatic kind of an energy. So you can really play this to your advantage and really assert yourself in rooms with people that know some things. You know what I'm saying? Remember, we have the sun in Gemini, so hopefully you've been forced to converse or communicate and network, right? Effectively with other people to express yourself in a creative way, Leo energy. So, you know, even in connections, like, express how your love for, it doesn't have to be towards a person. It could be a love for anything. You know, you're like, you know what? I really love how I can just go outside and I see the sun and meditate, and I can look at hear the birds, and you can find a love for anything that gives you peace. Because peace is something you can't get back, honey. And having peace, is priceless. So that's why I love Venus energy, you know. But with being in a Leo sign of Leo, this can be very bold, daring, just dramatic as hell, because you got Lilith chilling in Leo. You got, you know, as far as romantic pursuits, this is somebody really trying to, probably coming out the closet like, you know what, I've liked you this whole time. Can I take you out on a date? Like, people really acting on it. Mars and Leo. You know, so Everybody wants a little bit of affection, a little bit of attention. You know, people are going to be making some big, bold moves and gestures. Okay. Not only is Venus in the sign of Leo, but like I said, Mars is in Leo too. People are taking action, honey. And we got Uranus up in Taurus that's doing like the utmost unpredictable type of things going on. And I'm going to tell you how these aspects are playing out. But, you know, everyone, this is where new love relationships come in. You might have broke up with Tom and then now you're with Harry. You know what I'm saying? Like new connections are going to spark, or you might rekindle another connection and something new might crack within that. And you guys are off on another adventure, a new chapter. You know, you never know with this energy going on. So there's a lot of fire. You just got to know there's a lot of competitive energy too. Okay. Like I said, Leo likes, front center stage, and Venus being feminine, Mars being masculine. There could be that ego and pride. There can be a clash between those two planet energies, like with the power and wanting to be, you know, like I said, some people are going to just force their way to have all the attention, and it's not going to play out in such a grand way afterwards. But they might get some temporary whatever they needed, but then after that it might crash and burn, fire energy, and then go back to its original form. But you know, like I said, people are going to be very competitive. You know, this is like a powerhouse of energy that we are facing right now. So whatever talents and gifts that you have, you can really set yourself up nice. You can really bring it to the forefront, take action on it. Something that you love to do, that you've always loved to do. Like I seen yesterday, my homegirl, I've been watching her for years. She really motivated me a lot for this whole online deal. And she, no parachute, literally just like a, you know, a thing around her waist and some cords or whatever. She was on top of a plane, like a mini little private plane, on top of it, just flying in the air, and just like, I'm like, she is crazy. Like, you can be very daring with this energy and just kind of like do whatever you want to do. Whatever you're passionate about. She's passionate about getting everything checked off her bucket list. She's already on like, I think 19 countries or something like that, and doing all the utmost craziest things that you can ever do. You know, so this is I'm telling you, this is some powerhouse energy. But like I said, it can also be the clash of egos and stuff like that. And having Lilith and Leo is intensifying all of this. You know, needing to express yourself in a way to where you gain attention for it. Whatever it is that you desire, you know, we just got to make sure we do it without compromising who we truly are. So this is where people can just kind of do a lot of strange things for a piece of change. You know, so you make sure you gotta steer clear of that. Like, make sure you're not the one doing that. So a lot of people can be, you know, you might have a friend that just all of a sudden is just determined to do something. Just like their confidence is off the Richter right now. You know, Venus Leo, Mars and Leo, Lilith and Leo. Like with that combination, people can just all of a sudden just want to do whatever it is that they've been dying to do, and just it's been a hidden secret, or it's been unseen for this long, and they've been keeping it private under wraps. So like I said, no veil, no walls. A lot of things can really be brought to the forefront. Okay? Lots of revealing truths about people, places, and things. Really look at that. Like I said, Venus feminine, Mars masculine, you know, and then having, oh God, that Lilith, all these planets in that one house, or not one house, in one sign, it can really, and then we have Pluto, is about to go direct. I'm gonna do a video on that. It's in Aquarius right now, retrograde still, but it's gonna go direct this week, I think. Yeah, on the 11th. So you have people that are going to be rebellious, okay? They're going to just go against whatever structures they were set out to be. You know, this is a bold energy where they're just going to challenge the status quo and really express who they are. They're not going to care about what anybody thinks. A lot of people are going to resist to be controlled. They want to feel free. You know, many people are going to want to just take over and dominate straight up and really, like, what's the word I'm looking for? They're really going to want to assert their power. And like I said, be free and feel independent. So this is where you, like I said, whatever ship you're sailing, people may leave jobs, start their own businesses. Entrepreneurs are being birthed in this energy. You know, or you might just get on top of your position so you could be the supervisor or manager and tell people what to do and train your own team. You know what I'm saying? So you can have power and control. Or, you know, like I said, you could break up with one person because they weren't, they didn't fulfill whatever it is that you needed, and go to someone that is. You know, because when this Venus and Leo energy, and depending on what house you have it in, this energy can really look like someone that can really, you can get taken advantage of, in a sense. Like, people can manipulate, and this is where you have the gold digger syndrome come in. Like, people may not care about who you are as a person, but they're getting their needs met. You know, whether it's to look good, whether it's to use your money to get cosmetic surgery, or buy the nice outfits, the Lucci, the gooey, or to take the fancy trips and all that stuff. And you could be really, here comes the sugar daddies and sugar mamas of the world getting, you know what I'm saying, like, at an all-time high kind of an energy. Just put that little picture in your head. So anyways, let's move on, because I can go on forever. I just want to give you a gist of, like, when you combine all these energies together. Let's pull up some aspects. I want to see what's playing out. How far are we? Ooh, yeah, I'm going to. Okay, let me go real quick, because, I mean, not quick, but I'm just in my sweet little time here. Okay, some aspects that are playing out, you guys, that are kind of important. Ooh. We have Venus, which is opposing Pluto. Okay, like I said, Venus just went into Leo. Pluto is in Aquarius retrograde. It's ending its cycle in the retrograde. It's about to go direct in Capricorn on the 11th, but still, this energy is important right now while it's in Aquarius still. So with this opposing energy, that's where I was talking about how here goes all the power dynamics. This is where people can be very possessive of everyone's energy. Everyone wants to be in control and assert themselves, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it, whether this is in a business partnership or friendship or a love relationship. This is where fear can kick in, and a lot of people can be very vulnerable. You know, they can feel very vulnerable and really struggle with trusting other people fully. You might be looking at people like, I don't know about that. You know, people can have hidden motives. Also, too, with this aspect, you know, it's just some taboo, like, stuff people can really explore as far as in love and relationships, you know. But you can really question your desires, or their desires too, you know, and you might need to reevaluate what you need in a connection, you know, and you may need to confront other people, you know, as well in the midst of that. You may need to even confront your own fears, you know what I'm saying, and insecurities that you have, if you have any. Shit, just post something on Twitter, they'll let you know. You can really test yourself to see if you're insecure or not on something we posted on Twitter. So, yeah. As far as any advice, as far as that aspect goes, just the best thing I would do is really focus on active listening skills and effective communication with other people. That way, there's no, it's smoky gray clouds. It's black and it's white, period. No beating around the bush. And that way, you know, just everything's clear and on the up and up. You know, there's no hidden motives. You know exactly what my intentions are. Venus and Leo, this is exactly how I feel. I don't want to be with you anymore. Mars and Leo. So I'm going to break up and I'm going to move out the house and I'm going to get my own apartment. You know, like, it's simple. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people may experience like a death and a rebirth kind of a situation with this energy here, especially with this aspect. You can birth a whole new you. You can birth a whole new whatever. Something can really emerge out of this and you can feel empowered. Excuse me. And be authentic about it while Uranus is in Taurus. So you can even approach relationships in a whole nother way. Okay. You can talk about so many different things. We do also have Mercury in Taurus right now, which is conjuncting with Uranus in Taurus. Okay. So it's 1 degree right now, but this is where we can generate those new ideas. We can be innovative and we can do things outside of the box. And this is where people are going to really challenge the traditional way of doing something and then scrap that and find a new way to do it. So I like this conjunction because then we can really remember Mercury deals with thinking and our thoughts, so we can really think outside of the box. And then as far as the communication and networking, you can really, you know, have a knack for, like I said, getting in those rooms with people, places, and things on where you want to go. So let's say, for example, you want to learn how to do crypto and make some more money and build your financial portfolio. Well, what are you going to do? Hop into Facebook groups where people are talking about crypto, or join those lives, or, you know, go into these rooms as far as like whether they're online or something going around in your community as far as learning about this stuff and, you know, blockchain and whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? You can really use this energy to have quick connections, to solve problems, to help you with, like I said, being unconventional in the way that you do things and gaining some knowledge and have lots of bright ideas and be super brilliant at it too if you use this energy right. Okay? You might have something that's going to happen out of nowhere. You'll be like, did I manifest that? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you know how to play with this, okay? You could just even, you know, with this aspect right here, when Mercury's conjuncting with Uranus, you got to also think too, a lot of us might be in a space where, let's say, you know, everything's going cool in your life. You might need an idea or a way to spark something and make it different. Like, you might want to switch things up. You know what I'm saying? And so with this conjunction energy, you know, you might be open to listening to other people and how they view things. Okay? You know, gaining new perspectives. So I like this. Also, this can really, let's say if you are dealing with, you know, learning how to do crypto and whatever it is, or real estate, whatever it is that you're getting into, this will also allow you to utilize your intuition. And you can really feel if this is like, like you'll be able to know, yeah, this is good for me, or it's not. Okay, your intuition can really heighten during this time. But also on the flip side of that, you could be really nervous and restless too. You might tap in like, dang, I don't know if this is an opportunity for me, or I don't know if I should invest that money into that. You know what I mean? Like, you can really be questioning yourself too and get a little nervous. That's like Uranus energy. But yeah, so for future, oh snap. Venus is going to square with Jupiter for a smooth couple days. And it is right now, actually. Hold on, 4th degree. Yeah, it's still doing it. So with Venus in Leo now, and it being squared with Jupiter until the 12th. Now, remember, Venus is in Leo. It's an extravagant sign. It likes to be excited and all that stuff. But then here you have Jupiter, which is in Taurus, which is an earth energy. Wants to be stable and practical. So that's where I was telling you we can overindulge. We can overindulge. We can overpour, overdo a lot of things. So like I said, now that Venus is in Leo, everyone gets love, you get love, and you get love, and you get love. And then here you go, like, broken heart, broken heart, broken heart. Oh, only one person loves me. Like, you can really over pour out of your chalice during this time. You can overdo it to seek attention or whatever it is that you're trying to do. You know, don't overextend yourself. I told you the reciprocity is going to be the name of the game here. Okay, reciprocity. Now you got to also recognize Jupiter and Taurus. Jupiter is where we have experiences, and Taurus is in the earth energy and where we receive the material possessions, right? So, you know, a lot of people can overthink in the department of their finances. Like I said, you might, here's a buddy telling you about a situation where this is, hey, I found a way how to make extra money right now. This is all you need to do. I just need your social. I need this and I need that. You might really like, be like, oh my God. You might have like a syndrome to where you just want everything luxurious and you want all these nice things and you're just like not being practical and doing on the other end. So you may seek instant gratification with this square. And it may not play out good for you afterwards. Like, you know, this is where people are in those get rich quick schemes, you know, at an all-time high right now. You know, people just trying to get up on somebody, or you're finding fast ways to make some quick cash right now as well. That could be a theme for people. Or certain ways to how you receive pleasure in some form or fashion. Okay, Venus energy is also, you know, what we pleasure, what we value, right? So instead of really, you want something short term, instead of really thinking of the long term consequences of things, and you can really set yourself up in a circumstance that you don't want to be in. But also too, with this square, this will allow a lot of people, like I said, it's summertime, and people may want to get out, go to nice gatherings, go to baby showers, parties, you know, events, huge events, you know. So this might allow you, while the sun's still in Gemini, to get out and network and communicate with other people. And, you know, sometimes it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So it can also help you too. Remember, like I said, there's always a light and dark to every situation, so you got to make sure you know both sides. So, you know, on the flip side of that, let's say you are going to a party and, you know, you like literally spent like a rack on your outfit, your shoes, your jewelry, whatever. You just got engaged, you flashing your ring. And so you go to the party and you're seeking outside validation. You might want people to be like, oh, I like your ring. Ooh, where'd you get that? Ooh, look at them shoes. You were looking for all of that when you pop into the party, you know, when you pop up, Venus and Leo energy, right? So you can be seeking validation as far as your appearance, the way you look. Everyone's going to be looking for that external recognition. You want to be recognized and rewarded. That's that Venus and Leo energy, and in the square that it's having with Jupiter and Taurus. So that's going to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's going to be like illuminated. So, and you got to think too, this is where the breakup season is. People want to feel free. Like, if I can't freely love you, and you can't freely love me and commit to me for the person that I am and the things that I bring and yada yada have you, if we're not on the same accord, we're done. It's a wrap. So, and especially with the sun being in Gemini right now, until what, the 20th or 21st, commitment issues are going to arise. You're going to see people being wishy-washy. First of all, you want to be me, and now you want to be single. You know what I mean? Like, it could play out like so many different ways. I'm just giving you guys a little bit of scenarios on how it's going to play out. So a lot of people can have, you know, unrealistic expectations right now. Okay? You got to really think about it. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So since it's in Taurus right now, and it has this square aspect in Venus, this can be the potential to have those unrealistic expectations in your relationships with people. Like, especially because Venus rules love and money. So especially, you know, you could really, like, let's say you are talking to somebody. You can have an expectation as far as, you know, oh, he asked me to go to the movies, so he should pay for the movies. And he said he's going to pay for the hotel, and he's going to drive. Like, you know what I mean? You can expect all of these things out of the person that you're with, and really, you have like this idea about your partner and what they should fork up as far as love and money, or how they should treat you. And, you know, some of the cases it just may not be realistic. like let's be real here. You know, that person might look at you like, wait, your hair and your nails is your maintenance job. Like, that's something you need to work on. I don't need to give you money for that. Now, if I wanted to gift you that, then let me do that on my own accord. But I don't have to, or I shouldn't need, or you shouldn't expect that from me to always pay for your hair and nails. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that energy. What's up, Shakira? Thanks for tuning in, hun squad. How are you? So anyways, this is, yeah, so a lot of people can look at their even friendships, you know, like you could be like, oh, like I said earlier, you know, if the whole reciprocity is the name of the game, if you're supporting someone and they're not giving you anything on the back end to make you feel satisfied and you're secure and comfortable, you have like an unrealistic expectation of this person. Like you probably set yourself up thinking this person should do X, Y, and Z just because you did X, Y, and Z. And this is the clash of it all. You know what I'm saying? That's the square. You're welcome, and I'm good. Okay, everybody's good. Okay, good, like Mr. Goodbar. Okay, love to hear it. Love to hear it. So anyway, so Venus will also be squaring up with our North Node. Our North Node is in Taurus, as you guys know, and Venus just went into Leo. So this is just more energy of that. This could be like a conflict. You know, like I said, Leo energy, and having Lilith and Leo too. The desire for whatever you're passionate about, whatever your desires are, can look very dramatic on the Leo end, right? And then, you know, still having the need for being stable and practical. This is like literally all of these aspects, really, just to do like a bottom line, it's kind of like, it's like every day it's a battle between, do you want to work on your stability and your foundation? Do you want to be responsible? Do you want to have the dream, this house of your dreams, or to live the life of your dreams? Do you want to travel? Do you want to have options? Or do you just want to live day by day, minute by minute, and say, forget everything? Everything's fake. We're all energy. Why am I here? Nobody cares. Like, screw it. I'm just going to wake up and do whatever I want. You know, that's the battle that everyone's kind of having. So, and our North Node is where we're supposed to be gaining new experiences, right? So to have this square with Venus in Leo, there's going to be a lot of conflicts between the things that we value, whether that's a people, places, and things. What else? Venus for our financial matters. Like you might be like, I know I gotta pay my card note, it's $350, but I really want this purse for like $200. Like I feel like being irresponsible, or I want to get a tattoo, or I want to go on this trip instead of paying your card note. It's that energy. Like you can really even just have the thought, you know what I mean? Not even really act on it, but some people may act on it because Mars is also in Leo. So, you know, our priorities can be out of whack right now. It's really playing on our priorities for the most part. Do you want change or do you not? You know, it feels like a lot of pressure. That's why I said take one day at a time, you guys. Have your goals in mind and just, you know what I'm saying, stay in your square. Don't let anybody take you up out of your square, and just do what you got to do to make yourself feel happy and fulfilled, and you validate your goddamn self in order to really navigate these energies that are playing out, and check yourself when you know you ain't in a good space. You know what I'm saying? And get yourself right, stand on 10 toes, put your crown back on, and do what it is that you need to carry out as far as your daily duties, responsibilities, and obligations, and you're gonna be all right. You know what I mean? And engage with the people that are uplifting you, motivating, supporting you. I know that can be hard sometimes. It's easier said than done, but that's pretty much the name of the game. So just needing to find balance within everything. Remember, Venus rules Libra, balancing the scale. So if you think about it, we need to have that balance. It's okay to be passionate and want front center stage, and you know what I mean, and put everything to the forefront, but make sure you're not doing it in a way where you're taking away from somebody to where you're putting them in a detriment just to get on top. You know what I'm saying? Balance. Like, give them their flowers too. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably motivated your ass to get on stage or like pushed you or gave you an idea of some sort. So you got to recognize that. Just find a balance between expressing yourself, get creative, and make sure it's practical. Make sure everything makes sense to you. Because like I said, we have 4 planets that are in Taurus just chilling here. So If you need to let go of something, let it go. Try not to engage in any drama, you know, or be over extravagant and spend beyond your means at this time, you know. Just stay grounded as you can and just take a realistic approach to the things that you have going on. I mean, that's really pretty much the name of the game. All right. So, because we do also have the moon in Capricorn. So since Venus is in Leo, we have the moon in Capricorn. It's just moved in here after the full moon. How do you guys feel about that full moon, by the way? So let me pull up the moon calendar. You know, the moon moves every couple of days, you guys. So moon in Capricorn, it's gonna be here. I want to say till Wednesday, but I just want to make sure. Oh, actually, well, I would say until like half of Wednesday, and then it moves into Aquarius. So while Venus just moved in, I know it's still cusping, it's at a 0 degree, but still, Venus and Leo energy. This is, you know, like I said, think of Venus as our feelings and the moon as our emotions, and they're both feminine energies, but we also have Mars in Leo too. So like I said, the veil is thin. You get to see how people feel and how they're going to act on that. The name of the game. Some people can't help it. They can't hide it. It's just very revealing. Truth serum energy in a sense. Okay, especially when we just had the full moon energy from Sag lingering out. Okay, so shit's coming out. And it's fire, so you can really like overdo it and really burn things out. People, places, things. You can really do that. But with having the moon in a grounded energy as far as Capricorn, and the sun being Gemini, this is where we, you know, because Capricorn wants to be recognized and achieved just like Leo does. They both want the same thing. You know, they want to be recognized for their efforts. They want to be rewarded. They want to achieve things and, you know, like I said, be on the stage, be on a higher scale of things, having people come to them or look at them or look up to them. Capricorn and Leo energy are the same in that aspect. So, but having the moon in Capricorn as far as our emotions, this will allow us to be a little bit more reserved and cautious when it comes to how we express our emotions. Okay? As far as our emotions. You know, some people have a tendency to maybe even like hold back how they feel, but I highly doubt it with Lilith and Leo and Mars and Leo. But you never know. Some people are really good at hiding their emotions. Capricorns are very like, they have a good poker face. They can stay really like composed. Like you may not know how they feel until they say something. Like they can be like, yeah, man, what's up? And give you dap, and then all of a sudden they leave and walk away and be like, yeah, her attitude is funky. Or like, you know, like they'll just say something on the side after the fact. They're like what's up? And then like when they leave, it's like then they'll tell you the truth about it. Oh yeah, I noticed that too. I didn't like them that much. You know, that's like Capricorn energy. That's why they know how to like maintain. It's like they practice how to look on the exterior, like for real. Like you'll never know. So there can be a conflict between having that emotional stability and desire to receive the attention while Venus is in Leo. And to be excited about it. So there's a battle right there with the moon in Capricorn. So, you know, for some individuals, you know, might be seeking attention or might want to see what their relationship's going to offer at this time. You might be reevaluating the connections that you have with people or whoever you're dating or, you know, friendships too, because Capricorn likes the stability within a connection. I want to feel secure and I want to feel safe in order to express my feelings on how I feel towards you. I want to be able to trust you. Capricorns are all about trust and loyalty. Once you have that with the Capricorn, then they'll like be vulnerable with you. You'll know exactly what they're going through, how they're feeling and everything. But if they ain't doing that, then it's probably like more surface. You know, this is where the Lilith and Leo plays in the dark side. Like, They can be passionate on the surface. You know what I mean? Like, as far as the love department, right? Like, you know what I mean? So, anyways, with Moon in Capricorn, everyone can feel like they want to strive towards, you know, making sure any connections are like serious. Like I said, you might be able to deepen a connection as far as like love relationships, friendships. Like, you want to see where this connection is going to go. Like, can I really trust you? Like, can I really just put my all into you? Like, can I trust you while you're in my house and I'm asleep on the couch with my wallet on the table, kind of an energy? Like, that's where everyone's kind of like probably looking, or gonna start looking. Like, everybody wants to build solid foundations right now. Like, if you're in a situation to where right now you just feel like, damn, I need to really check my friend circle, or just to see if like these people are actually like down for me, you're gonna be really looking at that right now. Like, that's really gonna matter to you right now at this point in time, especially with what, you know, if you're going towards building stability and building your foundation and having security in your life. You want to make sure that you can trust the people that are around you. You want to be able to go on a trip and know that you're like legit with everybody, that if you were to get wasted and drunk, they'll be able to like tell you you don't need any more and take you to the room, and then they go back outside and have a little bit of fun. You know what I'm saying? And they won't take your cash or your credit card and spend it or take advantage of you. So that's the energy here. Trust and respect and balance between our desires, our responsibilities. It's like for me, like, you know, this used to be a struggle years ago. I used to just really, Capricorn energy can really, you can overwork yourself. You know, like, you can really like get stuck in, oh, I got my money, I'm good. But then where's your life at? You got no life. That used to be me. I'm a Capricorn rising. So I had to find a balance between, okay, if I'm going to put in all this work, I need to be able to indulge also in the pleasures of life. I need to go out and to have some friends. I need to go travel. I need to explore some shit. So if people see me doing things out, you know, out of the ordinary, it's because like I'm challenging myself to get out there. And I might talk to you on the phone or whatever, but I'm like, hey, I'm gonna fly out. I like to see people in person. I like to read energies. We gonna go here, do this and do that. Boom, I'll fly out, be out there for a week, you know, and depending on how the connection goes, you know, whether if we're doing business and having fun or whatever it is, like, I'm gonna see how that goes, and then, you know, I'll either go on my own or we can still indulge, whatever it is. So yeah, like, you gotta get out, you gotta have a balance, you know what I'm saying, with finding pleasure and love, and, you know, and dealing with and fulfilling your responsibilities, I should say. So anyways, let's switch it up. Let's switch it up. Now, I'm going to talk about the houses, you guys, okay? Now, I want your homework is, if you haven't already, download your natal chart. You can see where everything's going to be transiting for you. Okay? As far as having Venus and Leo now. Let's see, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. But the way that I'm going to talk about it is, you know, how you came in. You can know already what you love and how you came in, because we're talking about Venus and Leo, Venus energy. However you came down here with Venus in all the houses 1 through 12, what you already love and desire. And then Venus is, of course, in a different sign right now. It's in Leo, so it's moving, right? It's not home right now. Its home is Libra. So I'm going to really show you, and you guys know Libra rules the 7th house of relationships. So it's going to be moving in your specific house. So that's your homework, to really figure out where it's transiting. Excuse me. So let's see. So for example, because I know mine, I'm a Cap rising. Okay, let's start. So, okay, so it always starts in the first house, just so that you guys know. So, for the most part. Let's see. So Venus is in Leo. So if you're Aries rising, it's going to be in your 5th house. Taurus rising, it's going to be in your 4th house. Gemini's rising, it's going to be in your 3rd. Cancer rising is going to be in your 2nd. Because Leo is where Venus is at. So of course that's going to be 1st house energy. Just so you guys are wondering, why should skip? And then it starts over. Virgo's going to be 12. Libra, 11th house. Scorpio, 10th house. This is all rising signs. Sag, 9th house. And if you're Capricorn rising, because I know it's in my 8th house. Did I do all of them? And then Aquarius is after that. Of course, it's going to be 7th house for Aquarius. And then Pisces, it'll be the 6th house. Just so you guys know where it's going to be at for you guys. So let's pull up the energy though. Let me pull up the chart first. So that's how you can check your charts. Okay. Like, for example, since mine is going to be in my 8th house of intimate relationships and connections, I might be a little, you know, my sexual energy might increase a little bit, you know what I mean, for Cap rising. Oh, I mean, there's other things, but I'm just giving you an example of how it'll play out. But so let's go through it. I'm going to talk about it anyways. First house. So this is how, so for yourself, with any planets, you guys, think of the ruler of the houses. And that's pretty much how the energy is and intertwined with whatever planet that is, if that makes sense. This is how we, astrologers, we all come up with how things are correlated in the houses. So, for example, first house is ruled by Aries, okay? It's all in order of the zodiac sign. Like 12th house would be Pisces, just so you guys know. That's the ruler of the house. So this is a fire house, okay? So if you have Venus and Leo is in there, it's a fire energy and it's cardinal. So you have to think, this is the house of where people can be you can really put your passions, like whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever it is that you want to do, you can really do some grand things with this as far as self. Because you got to remember, the first house is yourself. It's your rising sign normally here as well, if you guys are wondering. So, you know, you can be super charming and loving. And what are all the good things about, you know, Aries? Like they can be so fun and pleasant and passionate and, you know, all of those qualities of their personality, right? So with Venus transiting here in Leo, you have to think like this is a person that they can use their charm to really like express themselves to other people and make a good impression. Like, this is a good energy to have right now. Like, if you're trying to, I don't know, you're trying to sell houses or cars, or you're trying to get a job, you know, interviewing, whatever. Like, you can really put a good impression on somebody. Because, you know, they always say the first impression, you got to make it a good one. So that could be someone that can really be super social and, like easy, just like easy going, easy flowing kind of an energy. Like, people will probably love them for charm. However, you know, on the flip side of that, they can really like do too much, you know, as far as they could like overexert themselves. Like, this looks like a person like you trying to get a job or something like that. You can be like, well, I do this and this and these are all my skill sets and and you just run down everything that you can do. You just like over talk your way. You're like overselling yourself to try and get the goddamn job. Like, even the way you dress, like you trying to, let's say you're trying to be a car salesman, you like I don't know, you just have like a cowboy hat and you just have the tuxedo too, and you have it, like, you just go all out on your physical appearance, like really trying to play the part of whatever it is that you're going for. Like, you can really just be super excessive, just over the top, okay? So it being in the first house, you can get attention in a negative way, like the way you seek attention. This is the, like, if you have Venus and Leo and it's transiting through your first house, or if you already had Venus in your first house, this is where they tell people you can have like a godlike complex. These are the people that, you know, it's not that favorable for Venus to be here, because Venus wants to put love out into the universe and also receive it back. So you have to recognize in the house of self, you have to notice that pretty much this person's only loving themselves. They only care about themselves. It's literally the Aries energy. It rules first house, selfish. You know, so that's how you can really think about it. This is a person that'll really drink a bottle of haterade and be like not even like what you into. So that's why I said it's not favorable, the first house. Okay. Anyways, so second house. So the second house, we all know, is the things that we value, the things that we possess. What else? If we have like any skill sets, or if you were gifted with a certain talent, anything of that nature in the second house. Aquarius, like Aquarius. Oh, I said Aquarius. Probably because I have Venus in Aquarius, okay, in my second house. That's me. But if you have Venus in your second house, Venus loves to be in the second house. Venus, like I said, the second house is ruled by, I don't know if I said this, sorry. Venus is ruled by Taurus. That's why Venus likes to be here. So you know, because Venus rules Libra and Taurus. So Venus loves to be in the second house. Okay? You know, because it's our material possessions, how we receive wealth, how we gain financial stability, what we desire. So if you're having this transit here, or whether you're a person that already had this instilled, oh, you're doing real good. Venus is going to definitely support you in a house like the second house, because it likes to be here. So whether you were born like that, or if the transit is here, this is going to be really good. So whatever you have going for yourself right now, whatever you're passionate about, and you feel like it's going to bring home the bacon, do it, because Venus will help you all the way till October with this fire energy. Super talented. You're going to be able to receive all the resources that you need in order to occupy whatever it is that you have going on. This is a really favorable house. Like, if you're super talented, let's say you like acting, and then you go for an audition, and then someone finds you on the internet and says, hey, we'd like to fly you out. I want you to have a segment in our TV show or whatever. Boom. That's that kind of an energy right there. So you can really enjoy all the luxuries in life. You can really see, you know, you can kind of see everything that's kind of going on. But you have to also be careful too, since, you know, this is the ruler, Taurus rules this second house. You have to recognize that you can become overindulgent as far as the materialistic side of things. Remember, because Taurus likes, you know, the material possessions, things of that nature. That's what we're all facing with all these planets in Taurus right now. So you can be either very possessive of the things that you have, or you can want too much. You know, this looks like the overspender. So be careful with what you spend your money on here if you got it transiting in this second house, okay? But Venus loves to be here. So you're going to be able to receive all the love and give the love, reciprocity. This is a person that definitely you could, because this is my house, and Venus is in this house. You can walk with gratitude and be grateful for everything that you have, grateful for your friends, your family, people that come into your life. Like, these people really know how to express gratitude. They have a really grand energy because Venus is favorable in the second house. So just like it is the seventh house, these are people that just know how to love on themselves and stand on 10 toes, put their crown back on. They don't have to seek validation outside of themselves. So this is a really confident energy. Let's go to third house. So we all know third house is the house of communication. And what planet rules that is Mercury. So the house ruler zodiac is going to be Gemini, right? So Venus in the fourth house is going to be, in the third house, if you have this transit, you're going to have a little bit of grace. This is a house that's going to really help you with how you converse within your connections, or even how you talk to yourself, loving on yourself a little bit more. Maybe the thoughts that you tell yourself, you're going to talk to yourself a little bit nicer. You're going to learn to appreciate yourself and maybe do some more self-care routines, and you're going to be able to give love to other people, and you'll be the person, like I said earlier, is going to be sending the love notes or text messages or telling people at work, oh, I like your hair, I like your shoes. Like you're going to be the person doing that to the stranger on the street, with Venus transiting the third house, and you might also have a knack for, doing a little bit more research. You might be really into your studies right now. You might be into talking to people because, since Venus rules the Libra side, you know how Libras, they love talking to people. Like they love just being social butterflies, right? So you might be that. You might just be, I want to get outside. I want to go outside. Normally you're a homebody and you're like, I'm going to travel. I want to get outside. Let's go here for dinner. I don't feel like cooking. Like, let's go out, so you might be a wordsmith too. You might just, this might help you, especially, let's say you have like a speaking event, make sure it's scheduled now or sometime in between this time while Venus is in Leo all the way up until October. Let's say you have a speaking event or something like that where you are front center stage, like whether you're a teacher, a mentor, whatever it is that maybe you're going somewhere or doing something where you got to be the talker. This is a really good time to this is favorable. Like this is going to actually give you a boost. It's going to help you. If you were nervous before, you probably don't feel nervous anymore. You're going to be able to be the gift of gab, very charming with your words. You're going to know the right things to say. You're going to be able to negotiate a better deal. That's that energy. So, however, there's always a flip side. You got to make sure that, having Venus in Leo and it's transiting the third house, the flip side of that is you might not want to have those tough conversations. You might not want to have, you might not, if let's say you own a business, you might not want to fire somebody. Like you feel so bad. Like you don't want to see them go without a paycheck. Like it might be hard for you to I kind of don't want to fire them. And then all the employees are like, he doesn't even do anything. He doesn't even help us out. Why didn't you let him go? You're hearing the wrath from everybody else because you feel bad. You don't want to do it. You don't want to have that tough conversation of letting somebody go. So, it's like you want peace and harmony on all aspects of life. You don't even want to engage in any kind of drama. You know what I'm saying? You just want conversations where you're going to learn something or bring home the bacon. That's pretty much the name of the game. So, because people like this with, Venus in the third house energy, it's like you appreciate everything. Like they appreciate everything. Like you appreciate stars, moons, quasars, buildings, your community. You appreciate the journey of it all. Like you can put yourself in somebody else's shoes and see, damn, if I was to fire them, then they really wouldn't have, I know he's got 4 kids and, maybe I'll be a little bit more optimistic and I'll give him another chance. You start to look at their lifestyle. So these people, if you came in like this already with Venus and Gemini, you could be a person that kind of actually is passive aggressive, and you can tend to repeat the same cycle in life over and over and over again. It may be hard for you to learn your lessons and move on. Yeah. So fourth house. Fourth house. So if you have Venus in fourth house, so we all know fourth house is ruled by Cancer. It's all about your family, right? Your roots, where you came from. It's all about, well, if you think of your house and stuff, being domesticated, kind of an energy. So think of home as like your sanctuary. So this is where, you know, like you do things in the privacy of your own home, kind of a vibe. So you got to think of it that way. So having Venus here, having Venus here, it's really just, it's going to put emphasis on that. So you might really decorate your home right now. You might be in the mode, because we also have Mars in Leo too. So with the Venus in Leo, you're like, you know what? It's summertime and I want to dress up the living room a certain way. Like I want like a beach style. So that when everybody comes over, you know, it's like a beach theme and they feel like they're outside, and I want to put plants on the terrace. Or, you know, you might have a knack for really like just making everything feel comfortable and yummy and inviting, and even, you know, just for you and your family, you know, making your space feel good. So you might be doing a lot of home projects. You know, you might deepen a connection with, you know, your family. This is where people might want to call their mom or dad and have those heart-to-heart conversations like, hey, I know I don't blame you anymore. I apologize, you know, back in the day, you didn't have the capacity to help me through whatever it is that I had to go through. So I forgive you, and here we are. And I just want to love on you guys and make memories. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be that kind of an energy where you deepen. You might be a person that you might end up forgiving a loved one. You know, it's like you just want to be comfortable. You want to feel loved. You want people to like, the Venus energy, you want people to like nurture you and love on you in a deep way. But you got to know this is a little tricky, because you can be a person that's overly attached to people, especially your family or your siblings. So if you got like a brother or sister, you might be like, hey sis, can I go, I was thinking, you know, I got some time off of work. I want to go fly out to Florida and stay with you for a month. They might be like, what? So, you know, you got to think like you could become so attached to always being around family, and they don't even want to mess with you like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really think of that and have a nice balance and be like, you know, I was thinking I had some time. I'll spend a weekend, you know, and that's it. Like pencil me in. So it can make it kind of challenging in that aspect, because you want to be around even people that aren't like really like blood. Like you want to be, you know, those people that where you feel like they're family to you. That's that Cancer energy. Cancers like to feel comfortable, and they rule this house. So you got to make sure like that's kind of like what's happening. And so with the Venus energy circling into that, you really appreciate your home, your family. You really value all of that, and you really want to make yourself comfortable along with other people that are going to be coming into your space, kind of an energy. Like especially if you're a person that throws a lot of events, you know, like I don't know, let's say we got basketball series going on, right? So you want all the people to come over and enjoy, so you're going to be the person that has all the cute little snacks and have basketball themed out, you know what I mean, barbecue at my house, woo, I got the drinks, I got whatever you need, I got light, dark, you know what I mean, set up a little bar, or whatever it is. Like you might be that person, you know, that's that fourth house energy. So in the midst of you pleasing everybody else and making everybody else feel good, a lot of times, you know, somebody might not know how you feel. So you might put your feelings in a back seat. And that could be you putting yourself in a detriment, you know, because you're not putting yourself first. Sometimes we got to do that. You know what I'm saying? We got to love ourselves first and put ourselves first in order to, you know, love on somebody else and X, Y, and Z. You can be such a good person, but you just forget to take care of your own shit, and then you wonder why you're sitting in the corner crying. So, and you might overdo this by like putting stuff around, like I said, in your house, and just, you know, kind of, I don't want to say hiding, like sweeping your feelings under the rug. You know what I mean? And then you'll put up you'll start to like make photo albums, and you'll put like nice photos out, you know what I mean, of the people that you love, and start hanging them on the walls. And you know, you have like this knack for your garden and plants. You're gonna start buying new plants and really like go to a person that you'll know someone that has freaking Venus in the 4th house, because they'll have everything, whatever it is. Like this is a person that'll have all the, you know, they have a love for Coca-Cola. They're gonna have like a room that's themed out in Coca-Cola. Like you're gonna know what they like, what they love, in a sense, because they don't really, they might not talk about it, but they'll show it towards you and other people. So they take it like, I think the reason why is because, you know how Cancers, Scorpios are water energy too, but they're more private about it. But they'll, like, you won't know that they love you, but Cancer, you'll know, but like in a, like they'll be more secretive about it, like in a sense to where like they don't want to tell everybody. But you'll see it though, like they can't hide it. Like you'll know when the Cancer energy is in love, kind of, in a sense. So having Venus, Leo in transit here, it's like it's gonna be obvious, but they like take that very serious. They take it personal. Like if I'm put all my time and energy to you and I love you, well, it better be reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that energy. So yeah, and if it's not, wait, it's a wrap. Okay, 5th house. So Venus and Leo transiting in the 5th house, or if you already have had Venus here. So someone that has a Venus in 5th house, because you got to remember the 5th house is all about creativity. I would just think creativity, change. I'm blanking out. Yeah, like whatever makes you feel joy and pleasure, and that's like 5th house energy for the most part. What's the other word I'm looking for? Yeah, it's just really all your joys and pleasures and being creative. So anyways, so and you think Leo. Leo likes to be creative. That's why it rules the 5th house. You know, whatever makes you feel good, whatever's fun to you, your joy. And Leo likes to be on the stage, so hence how you show yourself to the world, like entertaining purposes. Damn, that's the word I was looking for. I can't even fucking think of it. So anyways, so this could be a person that definitely has a strong love for, if Venus and Leo is transiting here, so you gotta think it's extra strong. Like it's gonna be like extra read all about it. Like whatever your desires and pleasures are, it's gonna be to the all-time high. It's gonna be at an all-time max, you know, as far as even your house number 5 can also be romantic partnerships too. So romancer, charmer, seducer kind of a vibe can be here, okay? And you know, Leo energy is magnetic. So imagine Venus being here, it's gonna be extra. Like you're gonna be extra, like feeling real extra, the way you dress, the way you look, your confidence, everything. You're gonna be like it. Like let's say for example, if you're into something, like if you're on social media, you can like create a video and turn popular. Or if you're like into sports and you're on a team, or you do something with a team aspect in your community, like you're gonna be popular. Like people are gonna vibrate towards your energy during this time. They might even, you know, want to be your partner in every little activity or something like that, whether you're in college or school, whatever, at work, whatever. You know, people may be gravitating towards you, and this is going to be why, because Venus and Leo is going to be transiting in this house, unless you already were born, you know, like that. So you're going to just get, I just feel like you're just going to be creative. However you express yourself, you're gonna really do it. You know, if you might change your hairstyle, you might change your whole goddamn wardrobe. You might start, you never liked nails, now you're gonna start getting your nails done. You know what I mean? I don't know. You might get your eyelashes done or something. Like you can do something of that aspect on how you express yourself, or even just like how you dress, like how you move, the things that you do. You might do things with a little bit of a flair, fire energy. But this is kind of like 1st house in a sense, because you can feel this so heavy because the 5th house is ruled by Leo and Venus is in Leo, Lilith is in Leo, Mars is in Leo. So you got to think you can be like, you can end up being very self-centered, or you can really like do all these creative things and then want validation from everybody else. So you got to be careful with that. Okay, so you know, because 5th house energy, think like inner child, creative, free spirit, that's Leo, right? And then it rules 5th house energy, like I want to draw, I want to go out rollerblading, I want to go on an adventure. You got to think this is like inner, you can do a lot of inner childhood healing work here and let your inner child play. You know, you got to think of that kind of an energy. It's a free spirit. This is like a free spirit. Like, you're probably going to want to, like, if you don't know why, you're going to be wanting to do things in a childlike way, or you can be like giddy activities to where you can get out and have fun and just feel free and just kind of like wander off and do whatever. Like, this looks like, you know, you get invited to, I don't know, to go somewhere outside of the state or something. When you get there, you're going to be all excited, like, I want to do all the tourist stuff. Like, I want to go zip lining, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. Like, you're going to be, that's like that kind of, that's Leo energy. Like, wants to get out, have fun, be adventurous, and just do random stuff. Like, I want to go rock climbing indoor, and I want to, whatever it is. Like, that's that childlike energy. But you have to be careful because then you might overindulge. Like, you got to know when to take a back seat. Like, maybe not everybody wants to do that activity. Let's calm down. Let's have a sexy grown people dinner tonight and have a couple of shots and some wine. You know what I mean? And look at the artwork on the wall. Like, you got to kind of like balance it out, you know? So, if you were born already with Venus in the 5th house, you could really, to love this person, you also got to have like, you got to really love this person like for everything. I feel like they could really bring in the fun, but you also got to know when to kind of calm them down a little bit, just like a kid. You know, kid-like qualities in a sense. 6th house. So if you have Venus transiting in Leo in your 6th house, or if you already had Venus in your 6th house, however you want to look at it. So we got to know, okay, let's start what is the ruler of the 6th house? So what is 6th house anyways? 6th house is health, career, work, because Virgo rules it. Our health, right? Being of service. So having Venus, having Venus here. Venus is all about like the loving stuff and the joy and the bliss and the pleasure and so you think work and health and being responsible and yikes, this is not a favorable house now that I'm thinking about it. This is not a favorable house. But you can bring a little bit of beauty and harmony to, you know, whatever schedule you got for the day. Like, if you got a lot of shit to do, you can organize it, make a cute little template on Canva and make it all pretty and print it out and just organize it and it'll make you do it, whatever it is you got to do for the day. Like, you can find some kind of love and harmony in that. You know, maybe getting a little bit more organized at work. This looks like you like buying like a cute little lunch pail or decorating your desk at work to make it all comfortable. Like, it kind of sucks. Like, Venus really doesn't like to be here because of the fact that it's pertaining to like disciplinary shit, like stuff like I said, your health, like, you know, like eat, like making sure you do like you go to work and make it good and whatever duties, responsibilities, and obligations you got for the day. Like, it's doing it on that side of the spectrum, so it's not that favorable. Leo is in my 6th house. Dang. So this is for you. So this is you. So you had to really, you probably were a person that didn't really like being told what to do as far as when it came to when you got older, probably as an adult, like you maybe living on your own or doing things on your own or having to pay bills and all that stuff if you have Venus in the 6th house. So you probably had to find ways, like you really had to find a place that you work in order for you to stay there for a year or 2 or 3. Like, you really had to enjoy it if you liked it. Otherwise, you probably hated all your jobs or your bosses or whatever. If you didn't understand you having Venus in in the 6th house. So it's like, you know, or if you did understand it, you found pleasure in being more in a cooperative kind of an energy at work. Like this is like, you know, being the mother hen and bringing the love to the workplace. Like if you ever heard people saying, I love working with you, you make work not feel like work. Like, I love when you're here. Where'd you go? Were you on vacation? I missed you. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can actually bring the fun to work. If you knew, you know, about this energy, like you probably heard that, and this is why, because maybe if you're in a higher octave, you understood that your Venus was in your 6th house. So you make everything responsible. You make it fun. Like you had probably lots of like, you know, if you had to be responsible as far as, let's say you had soccer practice or you cheerleading, and then let's say you end up having kids and then they have stuff going on, like you make it fun. Like you're the fun soccer mom that's got it all spray paint on the van, and all right kids, we've won, everybody round table, we're all gonna have a pizza party, woo! Like, you know what I mean? Like you be that person. Like you make whatever we have to do in life not a desire, not a want, but anything we need to do, you made it lit for everybody. So imagine, you know, if someone is having this Venus in Leo, you have to recognize you're gonna find the beauty in like making this work for you. Okay, like, you know, let's say if you don't have a job and you're gonna get a job, or if you already had Venus in here, you were a person that excels at customer service. You know, you're like, I might as well just, if I gotta be here for 10 hours a day, I might as well just kill them with kindness. So you'd be like, hello, how's your day today? How are you doing? Did we find everything? Did you find everything that you like today? Okay, you have plans for this weekend? Like you make it good for you and the customer. Like you bring the joy factor. So imagine if you have this transit right now, just make sure that you are being that person to where you can bring the love into the things that people don't really favor that they have to do for the day. Like you see someone walking in line or something in front of you and they're having a jacked up day and they drop a couple of things, like pick them up. You know what I'm saying? Like pick them up, put them on the counter or something like that. You know what I mean? Like you probably brighten their day, or let somebody go in line in front of you, or, you know, let that person just go. They want to race you to the red light, go and let them go. Like just let them do it. Let them feel like they won. You know what I mean? Like, because they're probably racing to work, right? It's any little thing like that. So you got to make sure, like, you just got to be very just of service in a good way, and then make sure you set yourself up nice. Like I said, like if you got a lot of shit to do or you have goals, make like a cute little template, you know, and print it out and put it on the wall. And then, you know, even like if you have kids or you have roommates, like make like a cute little board on the refrigerator and have different color markers. Okay, Josh, you're red, I'm purple, Felice is yellow, and so whatever that is, y'all gotta do, and then use these cool pens and just make it like cool, and then that's, you know, have a reward or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's that energy. Like you gotta bring that. She said, yes, I do love have fun at work. Boom, see? So you enjoy those things, like even your health, like you want to try and maybe like you encourage people like, oh, have you ate at 56 and 11th? You went to that one restaurant, it's so good. They have like this nice acai bowl and it's big and it's so good. I think I like it, but fruit is good, everything they put on it. I even can order a smoothie with it. Like, you know, like you can be really like helping people to eat healthy, but not even meaning to, because it's something that you value, that you thought was really good, pertaining to putting in something in your body as far as having good health. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be the person that, you know, you probably asked your friends to go to the gym with you or go to yoga. You know, they probably didn't want to do it, but girl, if you want that butt to sit up, like if you want to look good for summertime in that bathing suit, you better come to the gym with me. I'll pick you up. Like, like that's Venus in the 6th house. That's Venus in the 6th house for real. Oh shit. So yeah, it doesn't really like it, but you value domestic shit. Like, these people really would make grand wives, you know what I mean? Like, or even if you're a man, like you're a person that likes to do things around the house. You do all the, like, if you got to set up a dresser that you got from like IKEA, you love building it and putting it together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. So, and don't get it twisted. These are the people, I know it doesn't sound favorable, but even though Venus is like in a fighting energy, as my green candle right here just went, phew, as Venus is fighting in the 6th house to get what they want, these people can actually be, since they're so domesticated and structured and able to get things done at the schedule and do grand things at work, right? And for their health to live a long while, these are millionaires. I bet you there's some like blue checkers or famous people that have Venus in 6th house. There's gotta be. Like, this can birth millionaires, I'm telling you, or you could end up being one. So let's move to 7th house. So whether if you have Venus, you were born with Venus in the 7th house already, or if the Venus in Leo is transiting now in your 7th house, this is the energy. I was thinking about that, getting a board for my son to be organized. Boom! Yeah, and make it fun and stickers and all the things. See? Do it. So 7th house. So we all know Venus is home in the 7th house. Duh. 7th house of relationships and partnerships and whatever ship you're sailing in. What's the other word? It's how we are with people. 7th house is ruled by Libra. I don't know what happened to my brain just now. I think I had a thought and it went away. I hate that. So I think I was excited about the 6th house stories, like just picturing all that stuff. Anyways, because I know someone that has that. So Venus loves to be in the 7th house. We're on 7th house. So 7th house, like I said, it's all about, this is a positive, favorable, loving. This is like one of the best placements for Venus in relationships, honey. Okay, love, partnerships, whatever ship you sailing it, you gonna be sailing on all good ships. Like I bet you every ship you ever had either taught you something or elevated you in some form or fashion. Like, this is a person that has like long-term connections with people. Like, you probably still friends with people in high school. Y'all still go on trips together. Like, like y'all went to each other's marriages. Like, you're probably pregnant with your best friend at the same time. Like, cycles matching up and everything. Like this is like a really good, you probably even had like long relationships, like loving, long connections. Yeah, this is a favorable house. What is Libra energy? So think of Libra energy already in the 7th house. Very charming, charisma, social butterfly, chummy, balanced energy within when they're interacting with people in whatever business partnerships, relationships, love relationships, friendships, whatever ship, you know what I'm saying? Finding a balance with that. So, remember, like I said, Libra likes to talk to everybody. So you got to think, if you're having this transit with Venus, you're going to desire to form either some new friendships, new business partnerships, a new love relationship. If you're single, you might, I want to go on this dating app, or you're going to allow your friends to hook you up with somebody in the same friend group. All right, I trust you, fine. Just go with me in the mall to pick out something to wear. Like, you're going to be open to just, dating and being with people and just meeting new connections in a sense. It's like low-key like 11th, but it's really 7th. This is going to be for you, like for the long haul. Like, so like support, like you want to put energy into connections or relationships that are going to be very supportive. That's a good way to put it. But You got to remember, so there's always a negative and a positive. So even though this is a favorable placement or transit, Venus in the 7th house, this is where people can be codependent. Like, you always got to be in a relationship. Like, if you grew up and you always had to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or you always had to be around a best friend, or you always were tied to somebody in some way, like you couldn't be alone. So you probably were codependent growing up, and then in your adult years you got to learn how to break out of that. You know, like you could be like, if you grow up as an adult, you could be a person, or right now if this is your transit, you could be on your partner so much to where you're smothering them in a sense. Like you just can you do this? Can you run to the cleaners for me? Oh, can you put gas in my car? Oh, can you get the groceries out of the car? Can you put the trash away? Can you cook dinner tonight? I'm just so tired. Like, you could really be dependent, and you could drive your partner crazy. They might look at you like, damn, do you ever do anything for yourself? Like, I'm doing everything. I just got off of work, and you gonna ask me to do the work even more? Like, people could really, so be careful that you're not that side of it. You got to find a balance if you're transiting, you know. But also, too, maybe you're not that person. Maybe you're the person that, because it's a house of relationships and partnerships, you can this is where the overindulging energy comes in, Venus and Leo. You can really over or outdo yourself to gain the connection of a friend. You know, you might do all these things that you think they like, and they're not even paying attention to you. As far as your love relationships and partnerships, you could really make a lot of sacrifices for your partner, and like I said, put your needs and wants in the back end, and you're always doing for this person. You know, you use that Libra energy to harmonize it. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's important to learn how to move and alchemize the energies around. Know how you came in, know what's transiting, and know how to flip that shit to make the planet work for you. So now you know that this is going in your house of relationships. This is what you look out for. You feel me? So you gotta be a chameleon. So instead of going overboard for your boss at work to have a good connection with your boss, and so you can be on the up and up with them and always get your days off that you request when you request it all late and shit, you don't want to go overboard. Go to work, do what's asked of you, nothing more, nothing less. Don't be an ass kisser, because this house, people can be very passive aggressive in this house and get taken advantage of as well. So that's a double-edged sword. So if you do go to work and you go above and beyond, now they're always going to expect you to go above and beyond, and you can't take a break. Now it's like, damn, I'm good at this. I should get a break from it and let the new people come in and do that. Nope, they're going to ask you to do it because you do it faster, more efficient, and you love doing it. And they don't have to pay you like extra money or time on the clock or overtime, because you get it done in the time that's supposed to be done. So it can be a double-edged sword with this, even though it's the home of Venus, but that's where you got to be careful with that. You don't want to get taken advantage of. Like, even if you're trying to gain friends, you know, let's say like growing up, you were always trying to fit into a group of friends in high school, and you never fit in, and you were always trying to dress like them, talk like them, you paid for everything, you always had like, you know, you always had the dro, you know what I mean? Like, you had the whip as a senior, everybody hopped in your car, like, you only person with the cell phone, like, you let everybody use it like a payphone, like, you overdid everything, you know what I mean? And so if this is transiting now, you could be, like I said, you could try and please so many people just to be in their good graces when they ain't even checking for you like that. And you gonna hurt your own heart. So you gotta be careful. But, you know, all in all, these people really know how to compromise with other people. So it's a good thing. All right, let's go along, because I'm too long into the video. Oh, snap! So 8th house. Ooh. Sorry, I just had my ears ringing. So eighth house. Eighth house is really deep. This involves like death, taxes, inheritances. It's a deep house. It's a mysterious, hidden house because it's ruled by Scorpio. And this is a Mars house. So like I said, remember Venus is feminine and it's in Leo, and then Mars is in Leo, and it's the masculine energy of that, and this is a Mars house. So Venus doesn't like to be here. Like, oh God, it's so not favored because it's so intense. It can bring a lot of depth, though. It can bring some depth to relationships if you know how to play with this energy. You can get real deep with somebody. You can really share some good, juicy, emotional experiences. Like, you can really, like, get vulnerable and dig in and dive in with somebody and really get to know them on the relationship level. Because you gotta think Scorpio energy, they can hold a lot of emotional intelligence, but hold it inside and not really express it. And they're good at getting deep having deep emotional connections. And remember, Scorpio energy can transform your life. Okay? If you're on the higher octave, they can really help you do that in a better way. Or not. So you gotta think, since this is a transformative house, it's like, it can really, if you have this transit going into the 8th house, this is where you might do the makeup to break up. You might be like, I love you, but I'm gonna love you from a distance. Can we be friends? Like, you might break up with somebody, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You might not feel like your needs are met, so you can face some challenges. If this is transiting all the way until October, you might let go of, and not just people, guys, because you gotta remember Venus also rules, the things that we value. You might let go of certain values or release certain values, morals, and beliefs, or let go of people, places, and things. So it's not just only people, but because Venus is the lover, and everyone always just thinks love and relationships, but it's all of that. So you might have to, I feel like the 8th house, just do shadow work. If you feel like this is a bumpy transit for you, like as you start to recognize it as Venus goes up in degrees, since it's at 0 degrees right now, as it goes up and it starts to get a little rockier, a little tough, do shadow work. Like, this is a perfect transit if it's going in your 8th house to do some shadow work, because this can really lead to like a lot of power struggles. Think of all the negative things of Scorpio. They can be very possessive, manipulative. They can sting you in a way. So things might happen and they may hurt. You might have some hurtful situations that arise. So this is a perfect way to do some shadow work for yourself. That way you can mentally get yourself ready mentally. You feel me? Does that make sense? Because this is like I said, you don't see really what goes on in the house of 8. It's kind of like, it's like I call it a tuck house. Like, you might even, like, let's go into romantic relationships. You might not even know you dating somebody, you talking to somebody, and they're a whole 50 shades of gray in bed. A whole 50 shades. They want the handcuffs and everything. And you're like, ooh, I didn't know it was going to get down like that. And you're like, dominatrix. Put the blindfold on. Like, you never knew somebody was like that. You're probably discovering, you're like, oh my God, what? So you got to match that energy too. Ooh, you got to match that energy. So this is a good energy too. Like, you might want to be around a loved one, okay? A feminine figure, since this is a masculine, like, it's ruled by Mars. So you might want to get in touch with, it might be a struggle for you to get in touch with your feminine side, but you may need to be around a motherly figure, or like someone that is like a wiser old woman, a mentor, Some people might even seek therapy during this time if it's transiting in your 8th house. Okay, you might want to talk to somebody that can really like just help you breathe and calm down, and you know what I mean. You might need to be nurtured. So it may be, it could be good and it could be bad. You can deepen your connections with, if you have a romantic partner, like I said, y'all can turn to a whole 50 Shades of Grey. You know what I mean? Have fun, right? And get deep. And it could be like a whole secret society over there with y'all and your person. But if you ain't got that going on, or if you're not really close to anybody, then you know what I'm saying? You might be extra hornball-y, I should say. Like I said, it's going into my 8th house. Let's see. Yep, it's in my 8th house too. Because I'm a Cap rising. So look at that. See? Sexual relationships will deepen. You'll feel much younger and full of energy. You may feel an increase in sexual energy. You may feel a deep, intimate bond with your loved ones. You'll be attracted to people with something mysterious about them. You'll feel a bit stirred by them. Shallow people do not deserve your attention. That is so big right now, because also Saturn in Pisces, which is going through my 3rd house. So that totally, it's all there. And then also, too, you got to remember 8th house deals with, relationships, not just intimate relationships, but our low-key, like our finances too. So you gotta be careful of, you don't want to do the emotional spending kind of an energy, or just focus on your money. Like I said, this house, you can really commit. Reciprocity is the name of the game if it's transiting your 8th house, okay? Because you don't want to be in a one-sided relationship. Like, I'm single, so thank God I ain't got to worry about nobody else. But if you had somebody and they're going through this transit, remember the story I said earlier? Oh, can you cook this? I don't feel like doing it. Can you take out the trash? Can you go pick up the kids? Can you go iron my clothes? Can you go to Target and go pick this up? Like, that person can end up be doing it's like a one-sided connection all of a sudden. So this is why it's so important to understand your partners, or even your kids, because it could just be the planets transiting and this is the energy that they're playing with. And half the time, when we were kids, we didn't know. But now that you're adult, you're tapped into astrology and you're tuned in and turned on, you can understand that. So I recommend, if you have kids, download their charts. That way you know how to come at them and know what they're going through and where to release and relax, and to let them kind of just be them, instead of forcing them out of something that they just can't fight anyways for the next year or 2 or 6 months, or whatever planet is transiting where. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really know these things. So yeah, so manipulation can be a thing too if you're in a relationship. Like if you're in a relationship, let's say if I was in a relationship, let's just use me. If I was in a relationship with someone, I could really get everything that I want. And I'm going to let y'all really think about why. I could really get everything I want if I wanted to. If I was in a relationship right now. That's a whole nother thing. But if you're not, be careful with you won't even know. Like, if someone's transiting, let's just say if someone was born with this, this is where I call this gold digger nation. If someone was born with Venus in the 8th house, this is where you see the hot city girls, or the sprinkle lady. Like, this is how you get a man, and this is how you do this, and this is how you let them buy everything for you, and da 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 da. Like, let a man do everything for you, kind of an energy. Like, that's that energy, that gold digger energy. That's the gold digger house, gold digger nation house, right there. Venus in the 8th house. Yep. Those are your Kevin Samuels and your sprinkles. This is a person that could, put a love spell on you or something and get everything that they want. You know what I mean? Like, they've been doing it for a long time. Ooh, Venus in 8th house is crazy. Anyways, let's move along. I'm glad I wasn't born with the Venus in 8th house. Ooh, 9th house. So we got to recognize ninth house is all about travel, exploring, because I got to finish, higher knowledge, education, learning, and the ruler is Sag. That's why you always hear about Sag being like the wise, wisdom, intellectual kind of a person, because it's ruled by Sag. So you have to recognize that, you know, this is, if this is Venus is transiting, now you're going to want to have a knack for wanting to travel and eat new foods, or try different foods. Like if you're a person, let's say, you know, you grew up in Hispanic culture, now you're going to want to try, I don't know, Ethiopian food or Chinese food, or you want to go to Guam. Like you want to just try all different, you want to like tap into the different cultures and learn new philosophies of life. You're going to do all the Sagittarian things if Venus is transiting here. And you might just love it. You also got to notice too, you might tap into new spiritual practices. You might have incorporated, I don't know, now you use like Tibetan bowls. I always got to look at whatever I'm talking about. Now you incorporate Tibetan bowls. Now you do whole sound baths now. So you might start doing new spiritual practices while Venus is what is going on outside? While Venus is transiting in the ninth house. So you might find, you know, and if you do approach any connections, if they're on the broad spectrum, you're not going to be into it. You're not going to want to talk to anybody that's so broad and mundane and just like surface level. You want people that are like the Sag energy, like really philosophical, really intelligent, like people that you can learn from. Like you want to be able to learn to and be mentally stimulated, especially while we're still in Gemini season. It's gonna hit you even harder. So if Venus is transiting in your ninth house and you're in a relationship, you might want to be single. They might end up breaking up. You might want to be like, you know what, I want to go out with the boys. You go find things to do with your girls. Like you might take boy trips. It's all guys or it's all girls. Like, yeah, no wives or no hubby trips. Like, you know what I mean? You might want to do all those things, or you might be in the energy to break up. You might want to be single. You might not want to be committed with this energy. It might be a struggle to commit while Venus is transiting in your ninth house during this time. So you got to like try and stay grounded. Like I said, this is a very spiritual kind of a connection. But this could be a fun house too, because like I said, you want to travel, you want to see different cultures, learn different things, different philosophies. So you might be a person that's reporting back to all your friends, hey guys, I went to Dubai and the camels were great. I don't care, the dust went in my mouth, but it was so fun. Like, you're going to say every positive aspect of everything that you've experienced. Like, you won't see any downside to anything because you'll accept the light and the dark of every situation. And it's just all peaches and cream and crystals and sage. Like, that could be a downside too. But, you know, it's like you're going to fall in love with life in a new way. Spiritual awakenings happen here too, sometimes with people that have Venus transiting in their ninth house. We all go through it. It's like it's like you have peace within everything. Like you're one of those people where they see like, you know, we call them the linen pants people, like super hippie, like, yeah, man, this joint, man. You'll be like do, like everything's just like la, like DMT shrooms, like, I don't know, like everything's just gonna be rainbows and stars, moons, and quasars. So, but, you know, this also too is a place, like I said, you might want to learn about different cultures and philosophies and spiritual practices. You might end up, you know, being a person where you learn something, you absorb it, and you love it, and then you educate somebody about it. You, like after this transit, you might notice how you might become like a wise teacher, or you might educate some people or be a mentor or a motivational speaker because of everything that you experienced while Venus was in the ninth house. So it can come out, like I said, you can use this energy to your advantage. Anyways, moving on. 10th house. 10th house is where you find your midhaven. So imagine mixing your midhaven with Venus in the 10th house. And 10th house, we all know, is ruled by Capricorn, which is an earth energy. 10th house is all about your public image, your career, you know, your success, how you're recognized, how people see you kind of vibe. So with having Venus here, oh, you're gonna have the gift of gab too. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be like, hey, what's up? Like, you're really gonna get everything going. Like I said, you're gonna be wanting to be the face of something or be outside, like, we outside. So you're gonna be wanting to do all of that. Very charming kind of an energy. If you have Venus here and it's in Leo, which likes to, you know, be front center stage, imagine it's being in the 10th house. Woo, your career is gonna go off. Like, whatever it is that you're into, hopefully you're into something, you're doing something, and you're active, you're gonna go, whoosh, it can really skyrocket for you. Like, you can really take off with this energy. This can be a really favorable energy, especially if it's related to Venus-like things, beauty, art, fashion, entertainment, you know. So you could be, you can make a huge name for yourself. Now, on the flip side, you can be so focused on your goals, and you could, you know, like, making a name for yourself and branding yourself and your reputation. Like, you can just be so zeroed in and one track minded on that you could really, you know, end up like losing people along the way. So when you lose those people that were near and dear to you, here you go outside of yourself, because you don't have those people to tell you you're doing a good job and that this is right or this is wrong. Like, you kind of like, you lost sight of that. You forgot about everybody. And so now you go and seek outside validation. Now you're going to go in, because you neglect your personal life when Venus is transiting in this house, or this is a person, if you've been doing that your whole life. Like, these are the overworkers. They overwork, overindulge in trying to make a name, trying to really just, the overachievers in a sense. Like, you probably were called that. Like, why do you always have to be, you know, these are people that were in school that had like, they're like, you know, what's that shit where they were like, you were in honors and, you know, they were in the special high up classes and just excelled in, like, you know, whatever math courses. Like, you're like, damn, I'm just in algebra and he's in like you know, trigonometry and whatever. Those are all the people that were like honor students, and they were whatever. Like, those are those people. Like, they were always that. But if this is transiting, like, you got to be careful not to neglect your personal life while it's transiting in your 10th house, and find a balance. Know when to, like, you know, tend to your loved ones and, you know, your friends, but also know when to step back and do what's right for you and work on your career, public image, and building your bricks, you know what I'm saying, your foundation, and becoming stable. So find a balance, because you can really, like, it's kind of cool, like, oh, cool that you're passionate about something and you want to go towards it and you're finally putting action. It's a grand energy to be in. But you don't want to lose the people that were sitting with you on the bus, and here you go on the limo, and you don't have nobody to really watch your back, no one that you trust, no one that you like. It's all fake and phonies coming through. So you see how this energy works, this transit? Like, you got to really find that balance so you don't lose that, because you want to be known for something so bad. Some people lose sight of who was there. Now, this looks like, let's say, for example, I'm going to use like Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole used to be in Oakland all the time. I lived in the Bay. She would come visit all the time. Like, no bodyguards. Like, just would roll. And she had her messed up tooth, and she would always come through. She forgot about, you know, the hood. She forgot about coming to see us. We always had like events and stuff like that. She forgot about us, like, straight up. You know what I mean? So when she did finally decide to come back, she came back with her tooth fixed, a new attitude, and high and mighty, you know, trying to parade through, and everybody just ignored her. Just, they started throwing stuff at her and just, you know, whatever they could on the street. Just, she was getting bum rushed. Like, it was not a good look, because she forgot about where she came from. She wasn't humble anymore. She acted like I'm better, I'm bigger, this is where I'm at, what do you want? You know what I mean? So be careful when you have this transit. Just because you can get popular and gain the popularity, and as far as the 10th house, like public image, whatever it is that you're working on, but what's the outcome of that? Is it really worth it? And this is when people will sign that contract with the devil and get everything that they want, but it comes with consequences. Okay, let's move along. So we got 2 more houses. 11th house. Okay, if you were already born with Venus in 11th house, or this is transiting for you, however you want to look at it. So we all got to know the 11th house. This is where it rules, like your social groups, your friendships. Oh my God, it looks like there's a heart in the sky. I don't want to take a picture of it. That's so cool. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry, because it's going to go away. It's a heart in the sky. Let's see if I can get it. This camera sucks. This is my old phone. It looks cool. Anyways, I don't know if you guys can see it. You know it's moving. This camera sucks. You see the heart? Right there? Anyways. So 11th house. Okay, yeah, so group activities, it's ruled by Aquarius. So you got to recognize that, think of Aquarian things, right? So when this transit is happening, or this is a person that's always had like, everyone liked them, you know, they always had like a big group of friends, growing up in school. They liked participating in all the social aspects of life. Like they're just at every single event, you know, no matter if they're participating in it or not. Like, you know, always had the table with all the swag, like participating in all the school activities, you know, stuff like that. Like always like, I'll paint the sign, like I'll be the person, I'll be the greeter at the door. Like this is a person that was involved in every, like they were on every school activity you can think of, like everything. So, and you know, just very supportive amongst everybody else. And this is a person that, you know, influenced a lot of people. So imagine having this transit. This is where you can start becoming chummy. Now remember, Sun's still in Gemini right now, so communication and connections. You can use this Venus and Leo transit to your advantage if it's going in the 11th house, because this is where you can actually have the balls to talk to people that normally you wouldn't talk to. You can, when you go outside, you can actually go eat at a restaurant by yourself, or go to the bar by yourself and allow somebody to buy you drinks. And then you end up having a conversation with this person, and you know that you tell them that you're looking for a house and they're a real estate agent, and you wouldn't have been able to do that unless, you know, this Venus transit wasn't happening while the Sun's in Gemini right now. You know what I mean? Like you can really make some great connections with other people to where you can help yourself in a grand way. It can be very life-changing, the people you meet. Like I always tell you guys, it's not about who you know, it's sometimes about what you know. I mean, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So you could really set yourself up really nice in a sense to where people are going to want to help you out. You know, you might express to somebody a desire, you know, or a goal, and this is where people can actually, hey, I know how to do that, or I know somebody that does do that, or whatever. But you have to use your discernment. You have to use your discernment, because you got to be cautious though. Now this is where it gets tricky if you're having this transit, because like let's say, for example, if you were that person in school that was all over the place and you did everything for everybody, like kind of like low-key like humanitarian, because Aquarian energy, you probably lost yourself as a person. Like you didn't really identify with one specific thing. Like you weren't the top cheerleader or the what's it in football? Whatever. You weren't the I don't know. What is it called in football? Whatever. You weren't known for like one thing. You were all over the place. So it's like no one really knew who you were. You weren't really an individual like how you're supposed to be. Like you were just so dealing with everybody else, and you were always in groups. Like you never stood out, you know? So if you're having this transit, this is why, like, people that were born with this energy already, like, they see blood is thicker than water. I mean, water, wait, what's that saying? Blood is not thicker than water, because they always were, everybody outside of their family always gravitated towards them and liked them. And so they found a passion for pursuing things outside of their personal life. They always, like, everyone else always validated them. So they think that that's family versus the actual family that they have. So this is a person that always probably says, like, blood is not thicker than water, and it be your own people that mess you up. So, you know, I got my real family over here. Like, that's that energy. That's that Venus in 11th house energy. So, the redheaded stepchild, you know what I'm saying? They valued those people, those places, and those things that made them feel good. So you gotta be careful with this transit, because people can really sideswipe you. Like, they can really talk a good game. They can really make you believe and feel like they're there for you, and really that can be your worst enemy. So you have to be careful when you're having this transit and not be blinded by that. Try not to look outside of yourself all the time or at all for validation or to seek anything outside of yourself. And just be your unique self and really find who you are. Who do you identify as? This would be a grand time to really figure out who you are, what you want to do, and then set yourself up to be front center stage after you learn this, you know, after you take this as like maybe a lesson or to build you up. Because you can really, people can take advantage of you because you're such a social light, you know, Venus ruling Libra, but it's in the 11th house, and, you know, of the connections. You can really dream big and hope for something so bad for yourself that you fall to the wayside of having discernment. So you got to be careful. 12th house, and we're going to end it. Oh, shoot. I should do a spread, huh? It's too long. Maybe tomorrow. 12th house. So we all know 12th house is ruled by Pisces. Okay? And 12th house is like the spiritual aspect of it all. This is where, you know, this is that deep, sensitive energy it comes from. Like emotionally, spiritually speaking, you know, individuals that have this placement already. Are you snoring? Oh, Pepper's snoring. Are often the ones that like to be alone. They love to be alone. They don't like to be around people. They value solitude. They fuck with themselves heavy. Like, they want to be to themselves. Like, they didn't have a problem with being the kid in the corner, you know what I mean? Like, and not having any friends at lunchtime. You know, like, these people with the Venus and 12th house energy were, you know, they transmuted their energy into maybe doing something artistic. Like, this is probably why they maybe think of Piscean stuff, like art, drawing. They always had the headphones on to, like, ignore everybody from the world and, you know, in their own little world kind of an energy. Like, they either were drawing or they like to write poetry or any Piscean kind of activities. Like, that would be that person, or just on their own spiritual tip. So if you're having this transit, you might find a beauty for all things within. You might have a spiritual awakening and you might really like find it a knack to really love on yourself harder. You know what I'm saying? You might find the beauty within finding out more information. Venus energy, like the harmony of it all. You might be a little bit more, think of Pisces with Venus. You might be more like, if you didn't before, especially like people that are in relationships will notice this about you, or your friends may notice it. But if you're a person that's kind of been alone to yourself, like it might be hard, but unless somebody knows you. But if this is just transiting, you're going to become way more have more compassion. You're going to be able to put yourself in other people's shoes. You're going to be way more empathetic about situations and people, places, and things that are happening. Like you can hear about, oh man, you know, they didn't have power, all their food went bad. Normally you'd be like, I'm glad I don't live over there. This time when you hear something like that, you're gonna be like, dang, that sucked. Oh man, I feel so bad for them. Like, gosh, all that money wasted on all that sucks. I hope somebody came and helped them. Like, you know what I mean? You might put yourself in their shoes and have more of an might have more empathy within you now. Like, you're gonna be able to understand the world in a whole nother way. And I like people that actually were born with Venus in the 12th house, because these are our people that we need in life, because they, oh, I don't know why I'm about to cry, because they showed, somebody's crying about this, or they feel this. They have unconditional love for everybody. They support everybody. They dish out the unconditional love. They support everyone. That's that Pisces energy. Like, they self-sacrifice. They go above and beyond to make everybody feel good and just feel pleasurable. And so imagine Venus likes to be here, if you think about it, because it's an unconditional love, planet of love, the lover, you know what I mean? So Venus likes to be here. This is a favorable place to be. You know, it's where the mind can be settled. You know, this is a person that is able to set healthy boundaries because they see beyond and they see what's playing out in 3D, hence why they can have unconditional love. So if you're going through this transit, maybe you're going to have an awakening as far as you're going to be able to finally have some unconditional love in some relationships or something like that. You're going to really see what it is. It might play out for you if you're in a relationship. You might see that. People talk about it all the time, but they never go through it, or they're never that. You know what I'm saying? So you might experience that. So you have to be careful during this transit. You have to be able to set healthy boundaries, though. You could love someone unconditionally, but you still got to set the boundary. Like, you got to be like, you know what? I'll always love you. I forgive you. You know, I know that you got to heal. You have things to work on, but I just have to remove my energy for my mental sake, and I got to move on with life. But if I catch you, you know, in traffic, I'm going to say hi. And then that's it. I'm going to keep it pushing. Unconditional love. I'm not going to put anything that you did against me, whatever it is. So that's setting that boundary. Like, you're not going to just allow this person to come back and then do the same thing over and over again, because they are going through that hamster wheel of a cycle over and over and over and over again, because you're going to take on all their stuff if you don't have any boundaries. So you have to set healthy boundaries with this, okay? You can't allow anybody to just come in and do whatever they want, because that's when they can just take over. Because remember, Pisces rules this 12th house. So imagine Venus in here and talking about relationships and love. People could really take advantage of you if you don't have any boundaries. You gotta have boundaries in this transit. And you could really transform your life. You could have some grand old life experiences. So some of you guys might do like spiritual retreats, or, you know, just tap into finding out more about self, like on the spiritual aspect of things, like really tighten up and figure out your roots and figure out where you're from and what you are. And, you know, you might get into metaphysics and 3D, like, you know, all that kind of information. Like, you might be tuned in to knowing all of that stuff. That's also like more 9th house too, like as far as the studying of that, but it could still happen in the 12th house too. But, you know, if you never actually had space for yourself or had time for yourself, with this transit, you'll be able to appreciate being alone. Like, you'll be like, whew, I love my kids, but I'm glad they went off to college. All right now. Yep, get on out. Before, you didn't want him to go. You know what I mean? You didn't want him to go to school. You didn't want to let them out the car. Now you're like, all right now. You got money for your trip? You got money for the bills? You got gas? All right now. I'll see you. Like, you might just... You want your solitude. You want your space. You want to be free. You want to do you in your own way. You want to be in your own bubble. And this is where a lot of people can really learn to master their energy. You can get inspired. You know, you can grow for real, for real. So if this is transiting your 12th house, whoo, just take, like, really use this energy to go deeper within self and grow. You know, a lot of spiritualists, like if you were born with Venus in 12th house, that's where a lot of spiritualists come from. Pisces energy. Like if you see, you know, some of them are like, you know, you gotta separate the people that are just false prophets, but some prophets, like they really, you know, the spiritual leaders out here, they could be one of, you know, they could have had Venus in the 12th house. These are like deep people. Like people, like you have a conversation with these people and they just go deep. They make you see like the surface level, you know, in the middle, and just even deeper, and then even extra deeper, like in the root of everything that you talk about. They can hit every single level, and they can take you through different dimensions within the conversation. Beautiful energy. They value everything that we can't even see for the most part. So if you're transiting this, be careful. This is all the way up until October. You don't want to be stuck in La La Land. I was gonna do a spread. I don't even know who's here still. I was gonna do a collective, but I need to re-up my energy. I might come back on, guys, or I might just save it for tomorrow and do like the Moon and Capricorn video, and then I'll dive deep if I don't come back. But if I have energy to come back, because I need to like eat. I haven't even ate today yet, and I'm like geeked up. I just been so yeah. So click smash the subscribe button, click the bell. I'm gonna do all the timestamps now that you guys can refer back to it. Thank you so much for tuning in live. And also, if you're not live and you watch my video and you support my channel, I got a special video coming up for you guys. Just want to appreciate all my supporters. Smash the subscribe button. It helps the video circulate and percolate. Comments, likes, share it on Twitter or wherever your platform is. Definitely appreciate it. I love you. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.